I try to have a minimal amount of paraphernalia in the shot, you know?
Okay.
I do my best.
Feds watching.
Yeah. I'm never sure, cause like even like YouTube, I don't know if you can, I don't know what the rules are.
Yeah, you could go like flag your shit.
Yeah. Like maybe if you're popular, you can get away with whatever you want. But I don't know how it works if you're not popular, you know? Like if I have 100 subscribers, if I have 500 subscribers compared to the guy who has 100,000, like am I going to be able to get away with?
If you're Kodak, you could just throw them in your mouth.
That's what I'm saying. It's not fair. I think it's a rigged game, is what I'm saying.
Papa Bean.
Yeah.
Papa Bean.
Folks, hello and welcome to episode 131 of Ruse Radio. We are back at it again with a very special guest, a return guest. What? A returning guest, the legendary, the rapper who found God, Tim Perez, back in the building.
Thank you for having me. God bless. Hey. Hey, hi, ho. Bless. Good to be here. We worked on a song, new heat, new music, new blessings. 2025 shit.
For the people, because the people need blessings, you know? Sometimes you need somebody to come through and bless you up and give you a little dap up, a little taste of God. And I think that's what we came through and did. You know, it's
a
little spice, a little sizzle. I don't even know. I'm trying to think of how I can give them like a little preview, like a little taste of the song. I'm trying to think of what I can say. It's like if you you're going to church, but you need something to like lift you up, you know? Like if you're going to church and you need something, but not like some like Christian rock is what I'm saying. Like if you want something to lift you up, that's cool, you know?
It's akin to Creed. If you like Creed,
Yeah.
you're going to like this song.
That's basically what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like Creed.
Pretty much Creed.
Yeah, dude.
And if you like the movie Creed,
Yeah.
you're going to like this song.
Rap Creed.
Apollo Creed.
Rap Game Creed, bro.
Rap Game Creed.
Rap Game Creed.
With arms wide open.
Ooh.
Here. There's a Scott Stapp. I remember there was a video where he thought Obama was like trying to kill him and shit. It was like on YouTube. He was on that wave for a minute.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, he in a better place now.
Yeah.
He was here not too long ago. Never saw Creed. That'd be fun though. I did realize, hey man, and the last time I was here, someone commented on the YouTube. I saw a YouTube comment that said something about my shoes. I'm not.
I saw that too.
Do you know who this person is?
No.
I was trying to check because I was gonna comment. And I wasn't sure if it was like a family member, and I was like, I'm not gonna insult this man, grandma, or something like that. So it's not somebody you know.
I don't know who it was.
Hey yo, shut your bitch ass up, whoever the fuck that was, MG7, whatever their name is. Clean my shoes. Oh, I ain't even got my shoes right now. I got these fucking, you know what I'm saying? I got these socks going, but that's on my own accord. That's on my own decision. The fuck? Got me fucked up.
I'm glad that you responded verbally like that rather than in a comment, you know, because I feel like that was a lot more powerful.
They could catch these hands. You know what I'm saying? I got my K-pop fan base, you know what I'm saying? I got my peoples in the Discords. They already rewired that IP address. We know where your mama go to church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We them YNs. Don't play. No, but yeah, the new song, fire.
Yeah, it is, man. I'm glad that you said all that because, like, you know what's funny is I remember when I said that, I saw that comment. I remember when I saw it, I looked and I saw it. I was like, huh, that's funny. Like, I wonder if they're just, like, making a joke, right? And I responded to the comment, like, as a joke. I can't remember what I said. But I think I just said, like, oh, dude, I said something. I don't remember what I said now. But it was like I downplayed
Pull it up.
Pull it up. Yeah, pull it up, Jamie.
Pull it up, Jamie.
But yeah, I downplayed it. That was the idea. Is I wonder if who's. I feel like you're gonna get to it before me.
Cause I was like, hey, yo, man, what's with the Inquisition? Hold on now. The exact verbiage the tape says.
All right, yeah, you beat me.
GLM 702 at GLM 702. See these fucking hands.
Yeah.
Okay, the disgusting shoes in the room, but what a whore. He may have found God, but apparently not the hygiene. The fuck? First of all, I have a clean ass low taper fade there. I got a clean ass low taper fade right now. Bitch. Then you said Jesus loves shoes in the stew.
Exactly. Yeah.
Peace, kumbaya. And they say at Ruse Radio, Jesus is not dirty, no. That don't even make no sense. Everybody was dirty back then. And incidentally, it is a lack of respect for the person who invites you into their private space. How do they know this your private space? It is, but they don't know that though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This could be an IKEA.
Yeah, it actually is. I'm actually in a rent. He thinks this is a private space, but it's actually an Airbnb that I rent out.
It's cardboard.
Yeah, it's all built out of cardboard.
Actually in the U-Haul. No, but he said, GLM says, when you make a podcast talking about kindness and respect, you should start by applying your own advice. They telling you what to do.
I know.
They dissed me, and then they told you what to do.
I don't think I responded at that point.
You said, oh, okay. Like, just smile and nod. We're witnessing mental illness.
Oh, okay. Okay was a good response. Yeah, because what else are you going to say?
But now
you're
been
right.
Called out.
They're telling me what to do. And the thing is, like, bro, like, if I had somebody wearing shoes, like, why if you're watching, would you care if someone was wearing shoes? I don't know, man.
Maybe that was reverse psychology, and now they getting a free sample of my motherfucking bunions, yo.
I think so, because I have
they were
a
probably
friend,
like, what's up with them feet?
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, I have a friend from work, and he watches my podcast, and he was telling me that he was looking at my feet on one of my episodes, and he was checking out my feet, and he said, you know, that they're not as good as like he wanted them to be, but he liked seeing them, you know, and he's just talking about it.
He be paying up?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I realized I was giving away my feet for free. I never even thought about it when I filmed it. I just set that camera up. I had no socks on. That's all it was. And then I realized, like, if you were somebody who
you got a knee. That's a free sample right now.
I know. You're right. Knee people. All my knee people.
Somebody.
I remember, when you were in school, was it a thing with the shoulders where they, like, girls couldn't show their shoulders? Was that ever a thing?
No, I didn't go to, like, Catholic school. I went to public school. Everyone,
no, me too. But
everyone got pregnant very young.
A lot of them?
A lot of single mothers.
How many? Like, not
high school, I
wise.
don't know.
Like, out of 10, like 1 out of 10, how many were pregnant?
So every 20, there'd be like maybe 1 or 2.
Oh, so like
public
1 out
school.
of 10, 2 out of 20. That's still a lot.
Who's counting? I went to public school. I'm not very good at math.
A lot of pregnancies, though.
Hey.
I
mean, some schools here had daycare centers. Mine didn't, but damn near close to it sometimes.
Yeah.
All of them. That's just how it be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, would you think about it? Would you ever want to, like, you feel happy that you've never had kids so far in life? Is that a thing you like, or would you rather have had kids by now?
I don't know. I mean, I'm glad I didn't do it back then. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I think the same way.
If you had one when you was like 17, you crackhead. You ain't even like a real person until you're like 25.
Yeah.
We being real.
Yeah.
Sometimes I talk to these young ass kids. I talk to motherfuckers that are like, I was born in 2003. Like, bro, what the fuck? No 9/11? You had to get explained what 9/11 was? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, gang.
I mean, honestly, I don't have a solid memory of 9/11.
Nah?
No, I don't have a moment.
Like a blur?
Yeah, it's just a blur for me. Because, I mean, if I'm 98, so it's still like I was probably 4 or 5, but it wasn't like, I don't remember. I don't know.
It's just like a blur.
Yeah, literally, I just don't know. I just don't remember the moment. Because like most people would say, I remember where I was. But I don't have a moment. I just remember like I learned what it was over time. So yeah, I probably fall in that category.
Impact of the
But
day.
Anybody, like if you were born in like the early 90s or like the mid 90s for sure.
Yeah,
when 9/11 happens, that's like, whoa. But if you're 0 to 5 years old, I feel like you're just around the point you might miss it. So yeah, and as time goes by, dude, it's more and more and more of that. More and more and more. And I think like it's so weird now because now like the way that kids grow up now, dude, is so different than even when I was a kid. And everything's like that. Like it rapidly accelerates.
100 cereal, 100 cell phone.
Like
when
so
when I kid, you get AIDS.
What accent is that?
I don't know, like Eastern European kind of.
Like that, dude.
Soviet Russia.
That's pretty good. I know a good accent when I see it, and that was one of them, folks. Excellent work by our friend Tim Perez, busting out the voices. And I must say, when that happens, when someone whips out their talent, they whip it out and they slap it on the table, I get a little impressed. You know, I'm a little excited. I'm a little happy that they had something that they could share so spontaneously. And the goal in life is to be able to do that, to find something, a way that you can share your talents with the world, just plop it out, make it happen. I think once you've done that enough times, once you've made that happen, you hit the prerequisite, you've made the quota, well, now you can put it on the resume. You are a professional mind blower. You've blown minds enough times. You can do it anytime, anywhere. You whip out that Soviet accent and you make the people amazed. You wow them. Well, folks, if you want to identify as a professional mind blower, you want to let the world know that is what you is, well, we've got the product for you, and that is professional mind blower t-shirts. We're selling them. We got smalls, we got mediums, we got larges. We can make more sizes if you so please. I identify as a professional mind blower, and I hope you do too. I think we all are a professional mind blower in our own way, and it's just about how you do that. Is it accents? Is it comedy? Is it music? Well, you tell me. And getting one of these shirts, it's a great way for you to support the show. And if you like this show, you got to support it. You got to let us know that you like what we're doing. If you want to support the show, but you don't want to get a t-shirt, well, don't worry. We've got a way for you to do that, and it is Patreon. Patreon, folks. $5 a month, the price of a coffee, the price of a beer at the bar, and you can let us know that this show is what you like, okay? You get exclusive content with this show, conversations you won't hear anywhere else, music of mine you won't hear anywhere else, as well as music before it comes out, and also just other exclusive behind-the-scenes stuff, all there on Patreon for your viewing and listening pleasure. I mean, I'm trying to make it an easy offer for you, a deal you can't refuse, all right? I'm the Godfather. I got a kitty cat in my lap, and I'm telling you, you better take this deal. I mean, folks, how could you say no? You've watched the show up to this point, you might as well hop on the Patreon. You like what we're doing a little bit. But seriously, though, it is not an easy, simple task to run a show like this, okay? We're making an episode every single 3 days. We're pulling people in. We're highlighting their talents. We're showing you all the beauties the world has to offer, and for us to do that, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of time, it takes a little bit of moolah, so maybe consider just chipping in, letting us know that you're down with Ruse Radio, because it means the world to me, you mean the world to me, and I appreciate each and every one of you for every little ounce of support you give me. Seriously, all of it is noticed. Every comment, every like, every subscribe, every single ounce of support. I see you, I appreciate you. Now, accents, folks. Accents. Let's talk a little bit more about Soviet Russia. I can only do, like, if I were doing Russian, I feel like is just that. That's all I can do, and I don't think that's very good.
Nico.
Nico. I'm literally trying to do Nico.
Your cousin, let's go bowling. Hey, Nico Bellic.
Wow,
American Dream.
Yeah.
Italian accents are always fun. Italians are like the last group you could be like openly racist to.
Which is, you know, a blessing. It's a blessing. We need one. We need a fall guy.
Mangione.
Yeah.
Because of Luigi, though, Italians are back on top.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to Italians. You need like a king Italian, right?
Luigi's the king right now.
Yeah, the king. I mean, like,
if
until
he were to run, people would vote for him.
Yeah. How old is he? I don't think he's old enough to take a while.
Not for president, but he could be office.
Yeah.
Some kind of shit. Alderman Luigi.
Yeah, you know what? That would work. Because they'd be like, you guys let a felon in, we can vote in anybody now. That's exactly what they would say.
The dude that tried to fucking... the dude that shot Reagan, he's out now and he does like folk music. Have you seen his ass? That's crazy.
I mean, listen, guys, the point is there's a future for all of us. That's the point, is no matter what you do, there's a future for all of us.
Jesus walks with everybody, man.
Yeah, Jesus walks with everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it makes me wonder. It really does. I mean, unless you're in jail forever, unless you end up in prison or jail forever, in which case there isn't much of a future. That's the one where there's not much of a future. I guess you could do stuff in jail. Maybe you could be the coolest guy in jail.
What would you do if you were in jail? Would you fight someone like week one?
Oh, dude. I've thought about that. Well, I feel like the better question is what would you do in prison? Because in prison's like, in jail, I don't think I would do much in jail. I would just play it safe. I would just play it completely safe and just try to get in and get out.
You wouldn't just like try to just act crazy so nobody fucked with you?
No, dude.
I feel like that's the rule a lot of times when you're in a difficult bind and you're like, oh man, someone might mess with me. Just drool on yourself a bit. Drop something and like take forever to pick it up. Look like you have like issues. Start talking to yourself.
Okay. Like schizophrenic a little.
Yeah, you know, just like kind of spice it up. Get a little red line with it, you know?
Yeah.
What I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Kind of just spruce it up.
Like I would like start saying stuff like, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, and I know what a dog is. I know what a dog yeah. Yeah.
You start barking.
Start like imagining doing backflips and then like do like backflips as I'm sitting. Like, but like in my mind I'm doing backflips, but I'm doing, see what I'm saying? Like I feel like you have to get into character because I feel like that's the type of thing that's happening. Like, you know, they're like doing... Like they're like all that movement is so much more than you think it is.
I found out the backflip dude died from Wicker Park. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's this guy, he used to like have like a fucking silver outfit, and he would like he's crazy. He would like go around Wicker Park, and he would have his bike. Hold on, this motherfucker, flip guy. He would always be in Wicker Park, and he'd be like, "Yo, you want to see me do a flip?" And people would like pay him like $10 or $20, and he would do a flip, and he would do a circle. Yeah, this fucking dude. I found out he passed away. I was like, damn, crazy. But you would always see him in there like teeing up just with that crazy ass outfit with all that shit on him.
Oh man,
Right.
That's a whole lot. So he's got like the light up thing, but his light up thing is like a loop around the back of his bike. Like it looks crazy, and the bike flips.
Yeah, he was one of the OGs.
Oh my god,
He was one of the OGs of the area. He would always be there doing that shit.
So folks, if I can describe this for people listening, it's like a bike, but it's like if you had a bike with something that loops around the top of the bike that makes the bike itself a loop, and then you ride that and it goes in circles like a hamster wheel.
Yeah. And he would just do a flip in front of people in Wicker Park and stuff.
How would he ride it like for consecutive like minutes?
No, he would just like stop drunk people and like be like, "Yo, you want to see it?" And then he would just like go down the block and just like come back and whoosh and do it.
Bruh.
Yeah, local legend, man. Him, the tortilla guy. I saw the tortilla guy the other day too. Not the the tamale guy, the OG tamale guy. That's what I meant to say. I saw him the other day. He got some tamales. Fucking A. He made a couple bands during COVID, man. God bless. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, real shit. 2025. What we talking about right now? Let's talk about water conservation, gang. At least we got water right now. A lot of people don't got water.
Yeah. You know what?
gang.
You need to think about the things that you do have, folks. And one thing that's nice to have is, I don't know, a little bit of water.
Come
It's
on,
not bad.
gang. Come on, man.
Yep.
You know, you got the guy who owns Nestle. This ain't Nestle, is it? What's this? Happy Belly? Who owns Happy Belly? Is this BlackRock?
I don't know.
What is
I
this?
actually get this water from the gym. I just refilled these water bottles with the water from the gym.
Oh, it's the worst, dude. You're inhaling microplastics.
But I think they have a filter on their thing, right?
I don't even know.
I thought like the gym water was good. I thought it was good. I don't know, man. I
know.
guessed that it was good because when I drink it, I'm like, this is good water. But maybe it's
Maybe it's just the
placebo
fluoride,
effect.
dude. Maybe it's just the fluoride.
Yeah, I'm getting fluoride, dude.
Fluoride right now. It's
Yeah.
the fluoride sinking in.
I mean, like it's the city water that gets to me too. Like I get scared, like that fluoride city water. I got to get it from the gym with the filter because I don't have a filter in my apartment. So the fluoride city water is gonna get me, but the gym they have a filter. See, or like not even just the fluoride, but isn't it a bunch of like other shit? Isn't it a ton of shit? The thing is about water, dude. I'm from Flint, Michigan, so I already know. Like you hear shit from.
So you know about water.
I know about water, dude. And in other places, you hear about shitty water too. Like I heard someone say that Washington D.C. has really shitty water. Like,
But
bad.
what was it like showering with the Flint water when it was all over TV and shit? You're just like, yo, I gotta do this shit.
I moved in like a year or two after. Like I lived in Swartz Creek until 2020. So Swartz Creek is right next to Flint. So I moved into Flint in 2020, and I feel like I wonder when it all went down, the Flint water thing, because it has to be like 2018. It was like a couple of years
It was
before.
Yeah, it was before then.
Yeah.
It's probably like 2013, honestly. It was a good minute.
Oh, it could have been that long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I remember
was
the whole thing with like the mayor going on TV and
Yeah.
he had the dirty water. Or no, he had the clean water on the TV. Like, look, it's all fine.
You're right, yeah, because if it was
that was the whole
Obama
thing.
when it was at least when Obama was president,
Type
because he
shit.
came, yeah. So you have to be at least 2015, at least, yeah.
You feel?
But yeah, so I got there like 5 years later. So I was just kind of hoping that at least I can bathe here. So yeah, maybe I have like some deficiencies based on my Flint, time. But
Tim Allen, Michigan.
yeah,
Tim Allen, Michigan.
is Tim Allen from Flint?
I don't know, but I know he's from Michigan. He does the Michigan commercials and shit.
Yeah, I know.
And he's got a new TV show.
Really? Another
Shout out
sitcom.
Tim Allen. Yeah.
But I don't know what it's called because I knew there was one.
Something about cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? It's not a follow up to Home Improvement.
One? No. There's some article of like 4 years ago where he's just like, I feel like I could say the N-word. And it was like Tim Allen on the end of the debate. Yo, he's crazy. He got that show, that Last Man Standing, going for a while. That kept going.
Last Man Standing. What was that show?
The other sitcom he did.
Oh, that was the one. Yes. Yeah.
Where he's just
that was
like,
kind of his comeback sitcom.
Hillary Clinton has a poo-poo head. And they're like,
Yeah, like the Republican sitcom is kind of what it was.
Yeah.
Like, look, guys, we have one for you guys too. Like,
And Roseanne, did you see Roseanne's rap?
No, Roseanne rapped like a song
with Tom McDonald.
No, dude, no way.
I can't stand that shit.
Oh my god.
I hate this new genre of like people that make rap who hate rap type shit.
Yeah.
And the comments are all like, I don't usually listen to hip hop, but this is,
What is the
it's fucking goofy as shit. But Roseanne, funny as hell, she's like, I didn't get the jab. She's like rapping and shit.
What's the song
It's
about?
insane.
Like, what is the song?
They're just celebrating Trump coming back. It's all that stuff. He's calling him daddy. They're saying daddy's back. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
So why do you say like they hate rap? Like, why do you feel like that?
I mean, because it's just like, boomer kind of like, I don't normally listen to hip hop because of XYZ.
Yeah.
But they listen to this because it aligns politically. I don't know. It's just all corny.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
There's talking your shit, and then there's like, we talked about the MLMs earlier and the red pill shit.
Well, I feel like that's
the
problem. Is like if you're gonna make a song about like something like that, like for someone like Tom McDonald, it kind of became his thing to be like the
clown.
I'm the guy who's gonna say everything everybody else won't say. Like I'm that guy, and that's like his brand. So of course he's gonna come out
even in
with
comedy
that song.
now. It's like guys are like, I got the duct tape on my mouth. This ain't your mama. Say I'm gonna talk about the Holocaust. Like everyone's gonna
Exactly. You'll see it. You can find it everywhere. Like people will do that all over because it's like shock for shock value's sake. Yeah. Rather than like trying to be creative and do something that's actually different and innovative, they're just trying to like be subversive to be subversive.
Proclivities without intention is the language of the intellectually deficient. That's a quote by Adolf Hitler.
No, I know.
That's crazy.
Well, there's like a lot of quotes. There's a lot of quotes from a lot of places.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like me a good quote. I really do like me a good quote. It's a good one. It's what I like about that is that you pulled that one right out of your memory.
They were just get lost in those quotes. That's not an actual quote. An actual quote by him is
Ooh, your Hitler's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I like that more than the other one.
Have you seen the AI like scrambles where they transmute his speeches and stuff?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And all the comments are like, oh my God.
It's kind of like the Tom McDonald comments. You don't gotta agree, but he's confessed. It's kind of like the same comment section.
I mean, like a lot of them.
Sports glasses.
Yeah. At least though, what is true is that it is like eerily similar to like what you would hear in a political speech today. Like that is true. But you just don't recognize that when you're hearing like Hitler talk in his German dialect. It just sounds like an angry guy yelling. When you hear it like that, it's like, oh my God, like it's like these guys had real issues with this other country and he was saying, those guys are fucking assholes. You guys are with me. Don't you know what I'm talking about? They're fucking us over. Like just basic political talk. But like, yeah, it's just, that's what's trippy about it.
So what you're saying is he had a point?
I'm saying like people probably don't recognize how that type of thing would happen. Like, they don't understand how Hitler would be somebody who could convince people of anything. They see him speak and they're like, he looks evil.
So you're saying he did nothing wrong?
No, not like that Mountain Dew thing. No, completely different, dude. You know the Mountain Dew thing?
Yeah. I was around on that era, the message boards.
That's like 4chan in its prime.
12 or 11. That was around the same era of the Taylor Swift thing. You remember that?
No.
They had a Taylor Swift is going to perform at your school like contest, and they rated it and made the top one a deaf school. It was like a school for the deaf, and then she was like, I'm just gonna donate money. And everyone was like, that was the right thing to do. Because video, that would have been crazy.
I didn't know they did that. That sounds really real. I feel like I remember that, but I do not remember the ending. Like, that is so funny. Yeah. So the Hitler did nothing wrong one was that there was a Mountain Dew campaign, and they voted on a Mountain Dew campaign, and it was name the new flavor of Mountain Dew, and that was the top thing voted.
And the other ones were like Gush and Granny and like other crazy
Oh,
shit.
is that what it was?
Yeah, a bunch of other just degenerate like weird message board shit.
You gotta love the internet. Like, I don't think 4chan has that power anymore. It might. I'm not sure.
It's been co-opted and infiltrated, man, so hard.
I'm glad to hear you say that, because I feel that way, but I've never heard anybody else say that same thing. Like, when I look at it now, I'm like, this is not exactly what I remember looking at like 10 years ago.
It doesn't seem like there's any like ulterior line of communication. It's all kind of like streamlined with the same 4 networks now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Regardless if you're going on one, they got everything about you. They got your fucking camera access. They got your sound. They got us right now.
They got us right now. Might as well just record us ourselves.
They're in the
anyway.
walls. They're in the walls.
Yeah.
They're in the walls. I got bugs in my skin.
Really, dude?
No, but that's like how they want. That's how they want to portray us.
No
for
way.
asking a question.
No way. So wait, you're telling me that they're putting bugs in our skin to control us?
In the water. Water conservation is crazy. It is crazy though how there's like nobody who runs opposed to people for water conservation in these places.
Yeah.
When you see the ticket.
What is water? When you say water conservation, like what?
I don't know
specifically
what the fuck they do, but they do something that involves knowing what to do with the water.
Like save it. Like save.
I feel
the
like
water.
that's important.
Like save the trees, save the water.
Type shit.
Yeah. You probably should save the water. I mean, I bet if you were in California, water conservation probably would be like a lot more of a relevant thing, right? Because here it's like we just think water is like an easy thing to access, but there it's like, oh yeah, we are like kind of right next to a giant desert, like Texas.
They're
maybe.
like, we can't spend money on putting water in fire hydrants.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe that would be. Maybe they're like hearing this and they're like, oh my god,
we need to finance Wicked.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
The Oscar push for Wicked.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, who needs water? That's what I'm saying. Who really needs it?
It's honestly overrated when you could just drink promethazine, cough syrup.
I had a friend who he drank Mountain Dew like his whole life, and I was telling him, dude, like, wait, you don't drink any water, like none? And he's like, no, like
Mountain Dew,
just Mountain Dew, and coffee. And I was like, dude, you really should just try it. Like, just drink some water, like a water bottle a day. Like, you'll feel better. Like,
they be calling old style beer, the official beer of the Chicago Cubs. They call it hillbilly tanning lotion. You ever heard that one?
No.
'Cause it's like the fucking Midwest hillbillies just dump that shit on their belly.
Ooh, I mean, hey,
plenty of things, bleacher bums and all that back in the day. You been to a Cubs game, yeah?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
No. Yes.
No.
No, I went to a White Sox game, I think.
Yeah.
Because I went to that stadium, so it had to be the White Sox.
It's nice to get like $1 hot dogs and shit, right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it was nice because I went on the 4th of July, so it was really cool. Because, like, the view I got because I was there, like, I was towards the top of the stadium, and then all the fireworks started going off, and you can kind of tell. Because I remember the people behind me were, like, looking behind them. And so, like, I went and I went down the stairs, and I went outside, and you could just see, like, because you're higher up, you could see out towards the city, and it was like you could see fireworks going off everywhere because it was the 4th of July at night when everybody's lighting off fireworks. And as long as you have like a high enough vantage point without a bunch of shit in the way.
How long did it go? Like a half hour or something?
Oh yeah, dude, it just kept going.
Nice.
And I tried to like film it with my phone, and I remember like realizing like there's no way I'm gonna be able to film this because it's like it was just everywhere. Like there's no good way to film it. It was just fucking literally like explosives going off in the sky everywhere, dude. It's pretty awesome. It's the power of America, folks.
I be watching them in the neighborhood. We used to go to Morton Grove a lot. There's a lot of cool, different fireworks shows. You know, it's crazy. Fireworks shows at Coachella are crazy. Coachella's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I had a couple times. I was watching The Weeknd, and it was just like, like people like that. It was like, boom, there's $20 million of the fucking fireworks in your face. Just it's crazy when you see shit like that IRL. But I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. Oh,
guys, he's having a stroke. He's having a stroke, guys.
I had a Mitch McConnell moment. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. Are you back online? I know
Back
CPR.
online.
I know
Back
CPR,
online.
dude. I learned it somewhere.
Reddit.
Reddit.
What Reddit you been on lately?
You know what? I don't trust Reddit anymore. I don't trust it. I think it's also been co-opted. I don't know what's going on with Reddit. At least like the people on Reddit, they seem to always hate everything, dude. Like maybe if it's not co-opted, it's just like everybody hates everything there.
Because they're all atheists.
Yeah, well, like fucking still though. Like if you're an atheist, you don't have to hate everything. You don't have to hate everything.
The ones on Reddit do.
Like okay, so
if
you
God
go,
real, why bad thing happen?
What Reddits do you go through is a better question because I'm trying to think of
Don't blow my cover. You're gonna see all the crazy.
I mean, hey, they're probably good ones.
Mainly just good ass sub. That's the main Kanye one.
Okay.
Yay, the main Yay sub.
Yay, but they're nice to Kanye. They like him.
They didn't shut down like some of the other ones or pause. West Sub Ever used to go, but no, good ass sub.
Okay.
He acknowledged it. He has posted things about the group before.
Oh,
the
really?
Goons, the good ass sub goons. Them West Sub Ever boys, they knew their music, but them good ass sub goons rose up. 100 goons running up on SNL when he threatened Pete Davidson. There's all the lookalikes running around New York. Amazing. But yeah, man, fucking I don't know. I'm thinking of funny Reddits I'd seen before in the past. It's funny seeing like relationship ones.
Yeah.
Maybe reading those sometimes.
Dude, I honestly don't even know. I really don't even know because I think I don't even know if I have the original Reddit that I had. Like I swear I have like a second
that you
Reddit.
saved and shit.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. I forget because I haven't been on Reddit in so long.
Discord is too much. I can't do that. It's too many too much clicking around, man.
Yeah.
It's like dropping out of school, elementary school because of recess. Too many games.
See, I don't know.
That's by Riff Raff. I love Riff Raff.
Oh, that was good. That's Riff Raff?
Yeah.
That's impressive, dude.
Riff Raff's crazy.
Yeah. Riff Raff is...
Mango.
I wish I could pull... I don't even want to try it because I know I couldn't pull it off. That's why I'm impressed.
Yeah. Hilarious.
He's-
Dan Tony.
I mean, Riff Raff is one of those people that's like, you know, it's kind of unbelievable that he exists. I watch him and I'm amazed, you know. He's a waveform, you know?
Dale D'Antoni. Yeah. The beautiful mullet.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Yeah, we live in a time where a lot of people could just do their thing because of their personality.
Yeah, you know what? That's so true,
Positives
dude.
and negatives to that, but yeah, he's one of the definitely positives.
But I think like that's the ultimate positive of like all of it is like the fact that you have social media and the fact that you have all this. Like you could either look at that negatively, you could look at like, oh, well, that increases the likelihood of a million bad things. Or you could look at it like, yeah, but it also gives you the opportunity to put your personality into the universe in a way that you never could ever before.
I was gonna say this on some hip hop shit, on some actual like hip hop hyena shit, like doing this hip hop hyena shit.
Yeah.
All these motherfuckers acting like they rapping in Chicago or anywhere else, man. You know what it is, man. When you go out and you see a performer and they go and they hit fucking play and they don't even rap, they raps live, or they do like a couple of them and then the whole thing is on the stereo live and they just doing a little dance party. That's some bullshit, man. If it's more than $20 and you're seeing that, you should throw something at that person. Throw your drink at them. Yell at them, boo at them. The public needs to strike back and demand better shit. When you see that, that's BS. $20, okay, whatever. But you paying like some people paying out the bandu just to see motherfuckers like do the hokey pokey and stand and just smoke up and look like goons while they shit play.
Paid shows?
Yeah, you know what it is, man. Most of the hip hop like bars are in hell.
How common, like out of 10, like how many shows are they doing that?
I say 80%. If we're being real about like shit that gets booked and stuff normally, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
People, but the real perseveres. That's why like Wu-Tang could sell out arenas all around the world, and some of the bigger new names like, you know what I'm saying, struggle to get their tours going. Everyone's struggling at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You realize nobody really making money. Spotify able to like not pay anybody shit, but contribute to Trump's inauguration. They were at the fucking table there and shit like that.
Yeah. Spotify's crazy, dude, because like the now they had that new rule where they say that
if you don't have a fucking 1,000 follower minimum on the month or some shit.
No, it's if you don't have 1,000 streams on the song, they're not gonna pay you for the song. Like every song has to hit 1,000 before they're gonna even pay you for the song.
That's crazy.
Which is so stupid because like I could have 20 different songs all not at 1,000 and each of them make their own amount of money. But now I can't. Now I have to wait until each one hits 1,000.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like just because their excuse would be, well, it makes it so we don't have to all these spam things, all these people who are doing things trying to take advantage of us, we can just curve that. That's what they're gonna say.
Well, of course. And also just more things than making music a numbers game, just getting it away from like human spirit and shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And
demonic.
That's the whole problem with because that's how you get those people going on stage and not even really performing. Because to me, what I think when I see that is I think, like, what do you think performing is? Like, what do they think they're actually doing? Like, in their mind, what do they think is happening?
You got kids now that grew up that's all they know, because that's been normal for at least 10 or 12 years now, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like 2010s, like, you know, I love the SoundCloud rap era, but it's around that era where that became normalized, and it's like...
And like, what you mean is, like, performing with your backing, like, your normal track. Like, performing with the regular MP3 file that you would hear if you went and listened to the song.
But that's the thing with a lot of these guys. They got all this money. They could buy us extra shit, and it's like, all right, then pay your engineer $20 extra, take 2 extra minutes, just take the vocals off, or take some of the vocals off, maybe do some at the end of the stanza so you catch your breath because he's jumping around to pay off the verse. But like, come on, man, like
make a live mix.
Yeah, like put an effort in it. You know what I'm saying? It is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you see what it is when you out here spitting. You see like you one of the motherfuckers spitting. Yeah. See motherfuckers just sitting there salty as hell because they can't spit like that.
Yes.
You know
well, and like that's the thing is like, you know, I feel like you can do it however you want, but even then, like if you're doing a live performance. Because that's why I say that. Like, what do you think a performance is? Because I don't even know. Like, to me, a live performance is like, I have to do my very best in that moment to give the best performance. Yeah. So when I see somebody just kind of like lip syncing their song, I'm like, what is this? Mm-hmm. What am I supposed to be doing as the audience right now? Like, the whole philosophy that they have must be so different than mine.
Especially with the idea of it having braggadocio. So these guys are like, I got money, I fuck bitches, I'm the coolest. Like, do you really even believe that? Because you can't even say it with your chest right now.
Yeah.
If you can't say it with your chest right now, how am I going to believe it?
They're just saying that because that's their idea of what a rapper is supposed to say.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell. Like, that's their interpretation of what a rap song's supposed to be is them being, like, the coolest guy who gets all the bitches. And so they just say that shit. And it's like, to me, it's just, you can tell when shit's uninspired. It's like what you said about how real triumphs in the end. Like, I think ultimately people are looking for reality.
We all gonna find out who got their booty hole touched by P. Diddy.
In the end.
All of them.
Jay-Z, baby.
That one, he deflected that shit, huh?
Yeah. Was it?
Said,
nothing really came of that, right?
Because he deflected it.
It was just a deflect and that's over? That's it?
He said the word red cent. I'm not going to give them a red penny. I was like, that sounds like, I don't know. It sounds like he got shooters out here.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. His biggest triumph was getting Beyonce, but he groomed her. That Tiger shit.
Yeah, shout out Jay-Z. I mean, Jay-Z, and then honestly,
I always thought Jay-Z was overrated. I don't give a fuck.
I've never really listened to Jay-Z. I'm just shouting him out.
Don't shout him out.
Never mind. You know, I take that back.
He works with Rock Nation. Rock Nation does the shit with Live Nation, with the ticket gouging and all that crazy shit.
Jay-Z, are you hearing this? You know what? I'm losing a lot of respect for you right now, Jay-Z.
Wait till you see the thing with him and Marina Abramovich.
Ooh.
You ever see that one?
The blood thing?
No, well, of course, her with the spirit cooking, but he has like a performance video with her. That was like for Apple in like 2010. It's
dude, all her shit is like scary.
But it's like her and he's doing a thing where like he's rapping and like a crowd
yes, I've
of
seen
people.
that. Yes, I've seen it. Yeah, and like it's produced by her. Or what is it?
She's like inspired it and is there and shit. I don't know. It's very fucking weird, dude.
And it's a bunch of people that are there.
They're just watching it. They're just like, yo, we love Jay-Z. And then Jay-Z's just like chilling there with the spirit cooking lady.
Dude, she's scary. She's one of those things that just makes me confused. Because like even if all the conspiracies are wrong, What the fuck is going on there?
It's funny to think of like the spirit cooking lady like in the back of like a DNC with Hillary just like spraying pig blood and like writing pentagrams and just blasting Jay-Z.
Right?
She's just blasting Hard Knock Life. She's like spreading the blood.
Oh, have you seen her stuff with Lady Gaga too? She did stuff with Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
That was interesting. That's fun
there
stuff.
was that theory that Lady Gaga was John Benet Ramsey or some shit?
Oh no.
It's terrible. But there was some kind of theory about that.
Like, what was you know what it was or no? What the theory was exactly?
That she didn't actually die and that was her or something.
Oh.
I don't
No,
know. There's a lot of
heard
bullshit
that.
theories. Someone
That's
had some
a fun
dumbass theory that fucking Alex Jones was Bill Hicks.
That one was around for a while. That's a big one.
Just because they have a similar hairline and like an oval kind of head.
Yeah.
That's a funny one.
I never thought that made a lot of sense. Like, I feel like they're distinctive enough, but I guess I can see what people might be saying. That's a fun one.
There's this one story I thought I do have a song that was kind of about it that I never put out, but it's like a story in the early 30s in Chicago. This dude came back home. It was like, when the housing was even worse and like they had no fire codes and shit like that in the South Side. This dude came home and his house was on fire. And his family was in it, so a couple of his kids burnt and like wife and shit. Like one or two of them survived, but most of them died. And this dude like got his gun and like killed the landlord of it. And then like he waited for the police and got him, but because of people protesting from like the workers' rights and all this stuff, he was able to get out. The story that happened in Chicago like 100 years ago. It's pretty crazy, because it was like the public was able to be like, yo, this dude did the right thing, and he was able to get out because of it.
Like legally, like it was like a trial.
Yeah, like they did like a trial, and like the workers groups and shit like that stood up for him because they were like, hey, it was technically like a self-defense thing or something.
Like to set the precedent even.
But it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's a crazy one. There's a good book about it I got in a humanities class called People Wasn't Made to Burn. That's the name of the book. There's a story about it. But yeah, it's a crazy story.
Yeah.
It's like justifying killing. It's a slippery slope, but I feel like if people are gonna die, we have to make some exceptions.
So, like, what are the situations in which you could justify that then?
Someone dying?
Yeah.
I'd say that's one.
A fire?
Like if they didn't put a building up to code knowing like people's safety were at risk. If you're a CEO of a healthcare company. Jimmy Fallon, no, crazy. He seems like a nice guy, but he's probably right there in the Marina Abramovich circle.
Yeah.
Fucking eating blood there.
No. Jimmy Fallon's a sweetheart, man.
You think so?
He dances.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
He dances. And he's always laughing. So if he's always laughing, how could he be bad?
It's so cool.
He's got one of those, like, I don't know what's going on there. I think he might just have, like,
he got better than he was when he started. I was like, you say that.
Yeah, it's probably better now. I haven't watched a recent him. Like, he was one, and at least he held on to, like, I'm not going to do the Trump jokes longer than everybody else. Actually, I think Conan never really did them. I don't think Conan ever did.
He jumped on, but not as hard as the other guys. Like, he didn't make the whole show about that.
Yeah, because that's, like, what it all became for all of those shows. But... yeah, Jimmy Fallon probably doing blood with babies. Probably throwing the blood. Or not the...
throwing the bloods. Yeah, Jimmy Fallon is a
blood.
gangbanger.
Yeah, gangbanger.
He's a certified...
Can you imagine?
freak.
I could imagine him being, like, in a gang, maybe. Like, at least, like, trying to be a rapper. He could maybe pull it off. But a gang, yeah. I could see him being in a gang. Like, he would probably get killed or raped pretty fast.
Jimmy Fallon.
He would at least like be there for a week.
Like that's his initiation into which gang is he in? He's a Latin king?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Jimmy Fallon is a Latin king.
Let's go.
Hey Holmes. Sounds like Kermit.
They accept him, like, they're like, yeah, you can be a part of us, bro. You can join us.
You need to see Hector. He has to go see some big guy that just like looks at him. I'm Hector. And they give him a tattoo to get in, and he has to write his name. He has to put another man's name on his back, so he can be like, my name's on your back. That's one thing about getting tattoos, about names, and then think about that. You ever think about getting a tattoo of a name? Then you got to risk if you go to prison and someone being like, what's up? my fucking name's on you.
They always do your back?
Like I like dudes that get like, you know, I got my son tattooed on my back. Like people will do shit like that. And it'll just be like you go to jail and it's like some guy like, yo, my name John. My name's on your back. What's up?
Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah. Cause shit. Wow.
Yeah. There's all kinds of ways.
Wow, dude.
I be thinking about that's why you can't tattoo any name. Because what if you find yourself in a bind? And someone with that name just has a way to domineer you.
Put you in a situation.
That's how you gotta crash out if you're in jail. You gotta just drool on yourself.
Yeah.
Start spitting and talking, farting, farting and coughing. Dude, there's a fucking compilation of all the times Wendy Williams fucking farted and coughed at the same time.
Good for her.
Dude. Well, apparently she's like all fucking she's got Alzheimer's or some kind of cognitive thing now. I don't know what it's sad, but Wendy Williams, she crazy, bro.
So she farts and coughs at the same time?
Yeah, dude. Where's it at? Let me look up Wendy Williams farting and coughing. Wendy, this is top tier content right here, dude.
Wendy, we actually like you more because you fart and cough at the same time.
I only fuck with bitches that fart and cough at the same time.
Yeah. Like, we're excited about this. By no means is this slander.
This is her farting.
I apologize. That's what you said. And you know what? What was that? Okay.
Here,
James.
So she be farting and coughing.
Dude, I mean, honestly, dude, I'd probably fart and cough a lot if I was mic'd up like that. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, I'll tell you something bogus. When we went to go see Chappelle the other year, it was a great time. It was at United Center. But fucking, do you know how he does the thing where he locks the cell phones up? It's a good thing to do. You know, I get it with you're getting material ready and stuff. But in an arena, it's kind of tricky because it's like the lights are dark in the crowd, and also like you got drunk people everywhere. So it's kind of like a dodgy choice because like you see drunk people like trying to find their seats, and then people, like some slipping and falling here and there. This bigger lady was coming down the stairs and she slipped and she was like going to fall on the ground, and I was like gonna go like as she was gonna fall, I was gonna like help her up, and as she hit the ground, she farted. It went. And as she farted, it like lifted her up, and she like immediately scurried away. She was probably embarrassed, but I'm like, I was just kind of there, like, yo, like she got lifted from her own gas and like bolted out. Felt sorry for her, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
You ever seen something like that where someone just like repels with their fart? Gas does a lot. Gas goes a long way. Dude.
I once had that happen to me. I once had I remember I was in class. I was in a class and I was like really tired, so I was kind of like dozing a little bit. And there was a girl that was my friend. Her name was Megan, and she comes up from the side and she like jabs my side, like kind of like, you know, like how like right around where your stomach is, right? And so like maybe I already had like something in me, like a little bit of a fart ready to go. So I like jump up, and there was a movie playing in the class at the time, so everybody's like watching the movie. So I like jump up and it's like, you know, like something like that real quick, and I just kind of.
That sounded wet. Was it wet? IRL?
No, I think I actually, you know, I was going for the sound effect as fast as I could. If I'm gonna try again, it'd be like, yeah, it'd be more like that.
Like
Yeah, it wasn't too wet. I mean, I don't know, like what's a less wet fart?
Yeah, that's what like the dry air.
Yeah, it'd be more like, yeah, it was probably more like, but it was a big one. So I jumped up like probably like that, you know.
Nice.
And I'm like sitting there all like red faced, and she's like giggling at me, and I remember I didn't even look around. I didn't like, you know, because you don't want to do that. Like if you're in that situation, you don't look at the people reacting. You just pretend it didn't happen.
It's a school shooter story, huh?
That is like a traumatic.
You're all gonna pay for the laughing at my farts.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I held it in for a while. I thought about it, but I've overcome all that. Yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah, you know, well, but. It was a tough moment for me, for sure. You know, very tough, very tough. How do you recover from a fart? You know, how do you recover?
What grade was that?
Oh, good question, man. I want to say 10th grade.
I had one in like, I think 5th or 6th grade. They were making the kids like do the thing where you get the science project or some shit or some kind of project where everyone's speaking in front of the class with some kind of project diorama or whatever the fuck it was. But this one girl was speaking and everyone's so bored because everyone goes like 10 minutes and we're like, fuck, it's been a long day, can we get out of here? And she's going. At some point before the end, the gas just left my body and it just fucking like it was like a fucking Nagasaki fart. Not like a wet one, but it was like a big dry fucking romp in the air, like the fucking stampede of gas and ass. And when it happened, everyone just kind of laughed, and then they laughed and I didn't know what to do because I was just there. And then as everyone left, everyone was walking up and thanking me.
Yeah.
They were like, yo, thanks, dude. That really made it go by quicker. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm going to shoot at... No.
And that's the day he became a comedian, folks. That's the day it all began.
No, I'll tell you the day I became a comedian. I was at the YMCA. I wanted to be Michael Jordan, so I was in a basketball league. And then when we were playing and the ball's going around, I'm like fucking 6 or 7 or something like that, and the ball gets passed to me and it hits me in the face. I was like gonna go make the shot and the ball hits me in the face, and a couple of parents laughed, and I was like, damn, bro, I don't think I'm finna be Jordan.
That was it? Is that a true story?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was... How long had you played basketball?
I just did it for a little bit when I was a kid.
But you were thinking, like, this is going to be my thing?
I just watched Space Jam all the time, and I wanted to be Michael Jordan.
Yeah. And then one ball in the face, and you're like, fuck.
I was like, probably. I mean, I still play basketball here and there, just on some tall person shit, get rebounds and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, that's bogus.
You never think, like, oh, maybe I could have stuck with basketball. Maybe it could have been... You never ever think, like, maybe basketball could have been the thing. Never? Not even once?
Well, when I was a kid, I didn't see this. So I was a drugged up baby because I had like health complications. But apparently, when I was a kid, I thought Michael Jordan was like the first black person ever. And whenever I saw one, I thought they were like related to Michael Jordan.
You really thought that?
I'd be like a 3-year-old baby. Well, I was like a baby.
That's awesome, dude.
So I'd be like, yo, it's Michael Jordan's son. It's Michael Jordan's daughter.
I mean, I
Yo,
thought...
it's Michael Jordan.
I thought all cats were girls and all dogs were boys. I feel like it's the same type of thinking. Like, I can't blame an 8-year-old for thinking every black kid's related to Michael Jordan.
I was 8. I was like fucking like 3 or 4.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I was like a baby.
I wouldn't even blame the 8-year-old.
My memories don't really start until I was like 4.
Me too. Oh, yeah, I don't have
shit.
much of a memory from
I remember like Y2K. Like I remember like it turning into the year 2000 because I remember Dexter was changing its animation style. Because remember it changed the animation style from like the normal shit to like the 2000 shit.
That's just beyond my time. Like,
You never watched Dexter's Lab?
Yeah, I don't think I did.
Little fucking
Little
Nazi doctor, fucking manlet kid.
It's a great show.
Yeah, it's a
but I
great
never
show.
watched it. Yeah,
It's a good show.
I mean, how long did that show go on for though?
It's like 96 to like 2000. It's like 10 years.
Oh, so I'm
On and
surprised I
on,
never watched
yeah.
it then. I never really watched Cartoon Network is the thing, so I didn't see a lot of those shows.
Cartoon Fridays, gang.
I watched Adult Swim. I watched some Adult
yeah,
Swim,
yeah,
but I
of
never
course,
really
of
watched
course.
Cartoon Network. I remember one time when I was young, I watched Adult Swim, and they had a jump scare in one of their like interlude things. Like it was one of those Adult Swim interludes where
Yeah,
it's
the
just showing you
bumpers.
the thing, a bumper, yeah. And then it's just like a jump scare, and like something scary popped on the screen. It was loud, and I was fucking watching a movie, and I was like 10 years old, dude. I got so mad at Adult Swim for a while.
Beautiful. The OG when they were like, kids out of the pool. That's the funniest thing is it was like the ads were like, it's going to be like the edgiest thing ever. And then it's just like the Bragg Show. Love the Bragg Show. There's so many good things. Shout out Adult Swim.
Yeah.
They worked through Georgia. I remember thinking about going there during the whole production boom, and that was happening.
Yeah.
That was mainly happening because we had a dumbass governor here, Bruce Rauner, who fucking stopped a lot of the grants and stuff for productions. So we didn't have as many movies going for a minute.
So when you say production boom, like how is it a boom?
Well, in Atlanta, there was like a huge incentives and like tax breaks and stuff like that for productions to go on.
So it's a boom there. Everybody's going there.
Incentivized, yeah. It was going. I don't think it's as popping as it was now as it was like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people are going there. But that's also where Cartoon Network and Adult Swim operate and shit. Yeah. And it's been, I guess, like the hip hop mecca. It was Florida and Atlanta like over the last like 10 years.
Atlanta? That's a hip
Florida
hop
and
mecca.
Atlanta. Well, I mean, like, yeah, have, like, the biggest people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Pluto and fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Migos and shit.
I really wouldn't know. Like, that's why I asked, because I really wouldn't know, like, where the hip hop, the best spot to be would be. Because
I mean, it depends on what kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's also, like,
Exactly,
you know, knowing where everything comes from and shit. Thugga, Young Thug is free.
Shout out,
They
Thug.
freed Young Thug, dude. I thought I'd never see him, man. I was supposed to see him. The day I met my girl, we fucking, Young Thug was supposed to, he was playing that night. It was the day they canceled the baby. Remember that? When he was like, yo, gay people be getting AIDS and shit. And they were like, hey, the baby, that was dumb. They wagged the finger at him. He just said some goofy shit. He's not evil.
The thing is, like, that's the type, like, if you look at DaBaby and who he is, that's the type of thing
He
you
killed
would...
a guy at Walmart.
Yeah, dude, like, you're going to get mad at him over him saying something a little bit out of pocket. Like, that's what you signed up for.
I would think the guy who killed somebody at Walmart is probably going to say something out of bounds every now and then.
Yeah.
He killed someone at Walmart. Now, I don't know about you, but I haven't killed anybody at Walmart. I could understand killing somebody at Walmart.
Of all places.
And if you're going to kill someone at Walmart, you're probably going to have some crazy opinions sometimes.
So that's how I feel about that whole DaBaby thing, you know. But I do remember that, the DaBaby cancellation. Yeah.
Yeah. So when that happened, it was like the last day of Lala in 21. And fucking, they moved the sets around. Brockhampton played that day. That was sick.
Whoop, whoop.
JPEG Mafia was there. Fucking, what's it called? But yeah, they moved the baby thing around. Thug played at the end of the day. I didn't get to see Thug, though. We went to watch something else. We watched Alice in Wonderland, who I didn't know was married to the dude that did X and Pearl and all that.
Ah.
It's cool power couple shit.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that sounds like a nice Lollapalooza lineup, too.
Oh, dude, yeah. That year they had a bang. And Tyler opened that year. That was for Call Me If You Get Lost.
What? Because the thing is, like, every year when it happens, look, wait, am I mixing it up? Lollapalooza and what's the one that happens here?
Which one?
Is it Lollapalooza that happens here?
Yeah. They do.
Because I mix them up. The one that happens in California, Coachella. I always worry I'm gonna mix them up in my brain, dude. But yeah, Lollapalooza.
Production quality is crazy. Yeah.
With both of them, honestly.
Coachella's production quality is crazy, and Lala last couple of years the lineup went pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because that's what I was about to say is when I look at the Lollapalooza lineup, like there hasn't been a big enough reason for me to buy tickets. Like every time I'm looking the last couple.
I'm
of
always
years,
just like
I
also just thinking like rather than catch like all these different shows on a tour, just bang them a whole bunch out in like 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah, that is a cool. I mean, Warped Tour is supposed to be coming back.
Warped Tour. Oh, hide your kids.
Hide your
Hide
kids.
your wife. Hide your kids. The emo bands are back. Uh-oh.
That they're
Hide your
right
kids.
now. They are putting on the nail polish as we speak.
They are getting the buckets of pig blood ready with Marina Abramovich, and they're doing an emo mascara. They're getting the mascara ready. Was the fucking guy? All those guys got kind of called out. I'm trying to think of who got unscathed.
I mean,
Not too many.
unscathed.
I don't know, man. When it's almost like when you're a 38-year-old man making songs about high school relationships. There's something wrong there.
Well, like
I feel like it's I don't know.
how many of them didn't stop? Because I think like Ronnie Radke's one where I can think of where he's still going. He's still trucking.
He be rapping and shit.
Yep. I remember when like that was like I don't know if he always rapped, but I remember like when that he was really getting into that rapper thing back in like 2010.
It's like when Korn did a dubstep album and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
I remember when Corey Taylor was dipping his toes in the rap a little bit, but yeah, I mean,
New metal's coming back, dude. There's a big new metal boom right now.
you can do rap rock. You can do it. You can make it work.
Limp Bizkit at Lala, dude, that shit looked like crazy.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for that set, but like they were comeback now. They had Corey Feldman opening for them on tour. You saw Corey Feldman at Riot Fest. That was amazing. My boy Nick, shout out Nick. He does all the crazy Riot Fest mosh pits and stuff. So he did we opened a mosh pit for Corey Feldman, dude. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was like a circle pit and shit. We did a wall of death for Village People a couple years ago.
How'd that go?
That was amazing. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Thousands of people just charging at each other when YMCA is going. Now it's a whole different thing because they're like in the White House and shit.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
The night before the inauguration, Trump's there doing the dance with the village people.
Oh, they were actually there.
Yeah. He's there with the Indian, the guy with the costume and the headdress and shit.
See, the thing is, like,
Hilarious.
even the stuff he posts on Twitter, like, I don't think it's just him that comes up with that. There has to be people that, like, because the thing is, like, the previous administration or just previous people in general, they're not like making jokes that are in line with online humor. You don't really see that. You'll see a little bit of it, but most of the time it doesn't really work. Whereas like I feel like stuff like that is like the meme culture. Like that's exactly what meme culture
He put
appreciates.
a video up where it's like him in a room with like 20 people and he's like, that look good? And he does like shit like that where he'll like show them before he does it.
Yeah. You know what's meme culture? Is putting a bunch of hamburgers and McDonald's inside of the White House Oval Office for a photo op. That's like made for memes. That's like
Dude,
somebody whose mind is like hardwired to make memes. So I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's him or how this works.
He posted that picture of Chris Christie getting like airlifted burgers or some shit.
Did he really?
And I was like, bro, this is fucking hilarious. It was like around Christmas. I was like, this is fucking hilarious, dude.
I think like in a separate life, he could have totally been a comedian.
He
for
made
sure.
Chris Christie go out to get McDonald's for him, and then he had sent the paparazzi guy to like take a picture or something. The funniest one is like the whole thing with Mitt Romney. You know that one, right?
Probably.
I'm gonna show you this, dude. Mitt Romney, when Trump was first running, Mitt Romney was talking all this shit like he's a disgrace to Republicans, blah 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 blah. Then of course he starts winning, so then Mitt Romney wants to suck that dick and be like, please give me a job.
Yeah.
And then while he does that meeting to beg and get a job, Trump makes sure that there's a fucking photographer nearby that takes a picture. And you see Mitt Romney just like looking like he got ambushed. It's the funniest, like, and then you see Trump, and he just looks like Satan, dude. He just looks like, his like most insane face ever.
Oh, that is
Like,
hilarious.
The Nightman, Pepe, fucking Dark Lord.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That
dude.
is actually incredible.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Oh, you want a job? And then he didn't give him a job. He's just like, hey, you want a job? No job.
Wow.
Just to fuck with him. It was fucking hilarious.
Wow.
Give credit where credit's due. Very hilarious in that end of being petty.
If you had that much money, do you think you'd be that petty? Do you think you'd be that petty or no?
I mean, if you got that much free, it's funny because you'd think he doesn't have the free time.
Yeah.
Because he's got the most responsible job ever. But he'll find the time to do that. Did you see him at
Yeah,
the?
we'll have a meeting.
Did you see him at the LA Fire things?
I didn't watch. I read the headline. I watched like a clip. I read the headline, but I understand the gist of it.
He's there next to
Tell
the
me.
mayor, and he's like, you know, you guys put it with the fire off. You fucking gay. You guys are all gay.
Yeah. And what'd she say?
She didn't. Did you see when she got ambushed and they were like asking her questions near that flight, and she was just like, didn't say anything.
Oh no.
No, but in the conference, she was just saying the same thing. They kind of had a back and forth.
Okay.
And because he's like knocking FEMA.
Yeah.
FEMA's gay.
Yeah. And I mean, like, isn't the whole idea that, like, see, the thing is, like, it's kind of hard to even, who else is, like, going out and saying, hey, these fires are bad and we should probably put more money. Like, does he have the executive power to do that, to just put more money to the fire? Is it up to the state of California?
Well, the whole
Is that
thing
how
they
that
were saying
works?
about people returning to their properties and stuff like that. There's a whole back
Oh,
and
right.
forth.
That was it.
There's a whole back and forth, and they're like, "Hey, let people return," but then they're arguing like, "Hey, it might not be safe," and it's true that that air is probably unbreathable. So,
Really?
I mean, who knows? Probably some of it's got to be fucked up with how much it is. You'll never really know the after effects for a while. It's all really sad, but you know what I mean? Shit. God is real. If there's
Direct energy weapons, folks. Direct energy weapons and fucking smart cities, man. That's what I see. That's what I see pop up every time this happens.
the weather, harp. You on that harp shit?
Maybe. I mean,
weather
it's at least
manipulation.
for sure that we can control the weather. But it's at least for sure. But you know what you said about how God is real just now?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I don't like that. Because if you're going to control the weather for the Olympics, like, bro, God is real, dude. God made that weather. So there's going to be consequences to whatever you're doing to, like, interfere with that system.
When you pretend you're God.
When you pretend you're God. Exactly.
And, you know, and you do stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? And you just play around.
And they got to, like...
GC7013 or whatever the fuck that motherfucker's name is. Talk about my shoes, bitch.
Fucking asshole.
Nah, but yeah, man. Fucking, what's it called? In this modern day and age, I don't know. I just care about Chicago. That's the main thing at the end of the day.
You can only focus on what you can focus on.
Yeah. So at least your backyard, you know, we know what's happening because we see it in front of us every day.
Yeah.
So, you know, this mayor will get out soon enough.
And then you'll be mayor.
And then I'll be mayor eventually. I'm going to be mayor eventually. You know what I'm saying? I feel like any one of us could be mayor right now compared to this right now. This dude is a stooge, man.
Seems like Chicago is just a constant story of that, though. Like, when's the last time Chicago had a good mayor?
Harold Washington,
And when is that?
80s. I mean, the Daily's controversial take, but, you know, a lot of people, because of how bad shit is right now, like, they missed that.
Yeah.
That's the way it was with, like, the family that was still running everything, you know what I'm saying? Even though shit wasn't ideal under them. I don't know. You gotta find somewhere in the middle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, the problem is, because I always think about it, like, how do you have a good politician in the modern climate? Like, what do you do? How does it work? Like, no matter what, people are going to be against you. Just the way it works, no matter what you say, they're going to be against you. So, like, how do you make it so you just ignore all the politics? Because ignoring all of that even, ignoring, like, how the philosophical aspects of it work. How do you even get funding? Like, how do you get money to become a politician? Because almost always it's like people who already have
You have to
money.
suck up to some kind of special interest at the end of the day, no matter what it is.
And at that point, you're already doing that thing where you give your soul away and you're becoming the politician.
Yeah. So it's only natural that they are all reptile people.
Exactly.
But the thing about Brandon Johnson is he has a faux hawk. And if a guy doesn't even have a real mohawk, you can't trust him.
Yeah, like people should have known from the start.
Like, look at it. And he spends like $35,000 on his haircuts. And like, dude, this motherfucker going to Bears games and shit like that. I don't know. The whole thing, I want to box him. I would like to box him. Maybe I'll do an open invitation to Brandon Johnson. I'd like to knock the little chipmunk face off your ass. I'm really about to dust your shit. I'm really about to cook your pickle chin there, boy.
I'd like to see it, dude. I'd pay for that.
Dude, I'm being dead ass. I mean, I'm joking around kind of, but like, I would actually do it. Like, I would actually strap up with him and do it because he talks a big game, but I don't think he'd put his money where his mouth is.
Probably not.
You know, I do him in MMA. He could pick it. You know, and the money can go towards the budget deficit that he's contributed to, or it could go towards his traffic tickets that he never paid for.
Ooh.
We could fight and the money will go towards his traffic tickets.
It's for a good cause.
This guy is supposed to balance the budget, never paid his own traffic tickets. Like, I'm like, bro, that's crazy.
He sounds like the guy for the job, if you ask me.
You know, it makes people, we were talking earlier, it makes people miss Lori Lightfoot. People are like waking up, going in the mirror, going, Beetlejuice, 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 hoping that she appears behind us.
Which is crazy because you would never think, like during her reign, you would never think.
Her reign, yeah.
You would never think, like, we're going to miss this woman.
She would ooze back. But yeah, she's that lawyer in that fucking Dalton mayor case, the crazy super mayor case.
Yeah, you got to love it, man.
Which is
hey, at
wild
least she's
style.
still around. At least she's still sticking around. You know, when we didn't lose her.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Lori and, nah, but it's fuck Rahm Emanuel though, for real. His ass is crazy. He was closing a bunch of schools. He a bitch ass, and he missing part of his finger. Apparently he missed it. Got cut in the deli machine.
It happens. You lose fingers every now and then.
Got to take the rest of them.
I think I had my dad. He cut his finger while he was working at a restaurant once. I remember he cut off a tip of his finger. Or
Like
something.
Johnny Tremaine.
Yeah, and I know my friend who works construction. He did definitely cut off the tip.
Did you ever have to read that boring ass book, Johnny Tremaine, in
No,
elementary
I
school? They
know.
made us read this fucking book called Johnny Tremaine. Boring as fuck. It's around like the old Americas or some shit, and it's got this boy who his fucking finger like gets cut off in one of the machines, and that's like one of the only things memorable about the book. little suck ass book. They make you read a lot of dumb ass shit sometimes, man. I'll talk about it. You know, it's a memorable book, man. What's some good books we read in elementary school, dog? I was there for all the Harry Potter midnight drops back in the day. But motherfucking The Giver was decent. You read The Giver?
Never read it,
Never
but
read The
it's
Giver?
on my list, man. I probably have it in one of these stacks around here.
It's a short one, too.
Yeah. If I saw it, I would pick it up. Like, I know it's one of those books I have to read.
Animal Farm.
That one I just reread recently.
Nice.
Yeah, George Orwell. And you know what's so interesting about that book is, like, I look at it as, like, it's saying the danger of socialism, right? That's what it looks like. But then George Orwell is saying it's endorsing socialism. And I'm like, it just confuses me so much. Because to me, it seems like what it's saying is you're going to have this group that's going to separate you into a rich group and a poor group. And it's going to split you guys up. Like, this is a group that's in charge and that makes the decisions for everybody else.
Yeah.
Exactly what that would be.
The Stanford prison experiment type shit.
Yeah, that seems like what he's saying. But I guess he's actually saying that communism's the solution to that. I guess. That always confused me because it's a great book. Like, I guess what makes it so great is that you could interpret it either way. I mean, even that, the fact that you could take it either way.
I mean, a lot of times the art I like is made by a goofy communist fuck, and I just go like, give me the art, keep your fucking weird commie bullshit to yourself. Your hamsicle. Oh, yeah, we're all going to share food. Food's going to be a human right. But then it's being guarded by M16s.
Hey, that's my problem
Get
with...
shot if you grab that second bread of loaf for your family. Oh, my kid's really hungry today.
Dude, you sound like you're not ready for the new America. You know, you sound like you're not...
America right now? I mean, I don't know. I just don't want eggs to be like fucking $7. That's all I care about. Whatever party is doing that...
Yeah.
You know, you guys could sig heil or you could fucking kneel, whatever you guys are doing. Just make eggs less than $7.
How's that happen? Yeah.
You know, that'd be nice. Stop Netflix from fucking climbing up every $4 every couple months. You know, fucking limit some of the apps. We don't need so many fucking apps. I hate that every store I go into, I need to download a new fucking app. I hate that shit.
Yep.
TikTok's back, sure, that's all good, but you know, fucking make it to people where people can monetize walls easier. You know what I'm saying? But it's like every $1 million you get like fucking every million views you get like $100 or something goofy like that, something like that. I don't know. It's all gotta change, man. But it's
money
also
for
being ran by
views.
China. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, would you rather the game be ran by China or? You know what I'm saying?
You know, money for views is a great idea, actually. Because you know what I was thinking, dude, is like, if you are the like country that you say you are, if you're a capitalist country, you're all about the best product wins. Why would you even be trying to say that China can't own TikTok? Wouldn't you rather just make something better than China? Wouldn't you rather? And like, I said that to a couple people, and like one of them said to me, well, yeah, but like people have already been doing that. Like they've already been like.
Was Musical.ly the thing that originally was TikTok? Was that made in China or America?
As China, it has to be.
So they made that originally?
It has to be, yeah. I just have to imagine, yeah.
Well, you know, the cookie's going to crumble whichever way it crumbles. At the end of the day, you know.
But just make something better. Just make something better, like you said. Like, make something that, like, entice people. Like, say you'll pay them. Say if you make videos on this platform, we'll pay you for every view.
The reality is, at the end of the day, people are going to exploit the labor over there no matter what. Even, like, every fucking MAGA hat says made in China and the sticker inside. So it's like, until that bubble... You know what I'm saying? Is broached, and they, you know, this whole H-1B thing, that's their whole thing. They're imploding on that because a lot of them, you know, we don't support immigration here, but we support it here, you know?
Well, wasn't that why, like, Vivek, he's not, like, part of things now? Like, he said that, and then now he's not part of things anymore.
Kicked him out of Doge, and now he's on fucking live streams and shit. Vivek.
It's weird because, like, it just didn't even seem like something I would have thought he was going to say.
His family's a bunch of dirty frauds, too. They, like, bought, like, drugs and, like, kept overselling the price. Like, you know, just crazy technocrat people. Like,
kind of like...
Martin Shkreli bullshit, yeah.
Yep.
Crazy-ass fucking people. So pretty much, like, the people... That's the ironic thing of people citing about the United Healthcare thing and then turning a blind eye to shit like that.
Yep.
Because it's like, oh well, X, Y, Z. So many people, other people gain off the healthcare system, and human sorrow and shit on the daily.
How the
And they all have addresses and families and places to reach them.
How do you fix the healthcare problem? Is that like literally like I feel like you literally do need like a revolution or an uproot of that system, because it's like how else do you fix like it's the same thing with money in politics. Like I feel like there shouldn't be money in politics or medicine. Like that's where you get all of this. Once you start with that premise, things just naturally unravel in this sinister way because money doesn't flow the same way that compassion does or like human spirit does. It's not quite like that. A million problems come from there. Money's the root of all evil, as they say.
January 6th. If it were about something else and not like the cult of personality, I think more people would support storming and causing a ruckus.
Like what would it have to be about?
Something like, if it was like healthcare,
Yeah.
boom, hey, nobody in Congress gets to do their job right now. Y'all on watch until everyone gets healthcare right now. Or if we were just like, I don't know, fucking bring taco flavored Doritos back, put them everywhere. Or the big munchie bags, make sure they're more normally stocked in places.
Then
Probably the healthcare thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I would say Doritos Locos Tacos, like I used to be able to get them in the boxes for $5. And when I would go there, I would have like a specific order. And
They got rid of those, right?
Did they? If they got rid of those, I'll be real
They still got
upset.
Doritos. I'm thinking of the cheesy gordita. They got rid of cheesy gordita.
Scared me for a second.
No, those are still there. You said you got them in what?
Well, I had this like certain deal up due, and it was the best. And like they just don't. The problem with Taco Bell is they did it for so long, and now they switch up the boxes all the time. And like, if you could just have one cheap $5 box that I can modify and put my Doritos Locos Taco in, and then have all the same shit every time. It was like a Doritos Locos Taco, a 5-layer burrito, one other thing, and then also the nachos, all for like $6. Like it was the shit. But if you could bring that back, like that would probably
the box.
be the way
You're talking
to
about the
go.
box,
I would
right?
storm the Capitol for that.
For
is
the
what I'm
box.
saying.
You want your box back? It was like the box deal, right?
Yeah, because it was like a box, but you get all those different things. But now they do like, oh, we're gonna have the Guadalupe box, and then it's gonna be the Guadalupe that week, and the Guadalupe. It's just like one Guadalupe, and then one thing of one taco.
Guadalupe sounds like a cool term for quad. Like it would meet you on the Guadalupe.
Sounds like a good burrito. It sounds like something. If you haven't invented it, it should be invented.
Guadalupe.
Guadalupe sounds like the guy you would be meeting on the quad.
Guadalupe.
Guadalupe. Meet me on
I'm
the
working
quad.
on my quads with Guadalupe.
Yeah. Ooh.
I feel like Saddam Hussein.
Ooh, I got a hooray. I got a parade. I got a noose. Wait, I said I'm hanging a dude. I said I'm too tame. I said I'm too cray.
I said I'm 2 Chains. True.
Ooh,
Man.
yeah. Bang, you know what I do?
Man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
2 Chains is here in a couple weeks with Jeezy.
Ooh.
I saw he's doing an Alchemist album. 2 Chainz is on an Alchemist album. I was like, that's gonna be fucking dope.
Wow, that's
Shout out
different
to 2
actually.
Chainz. You ever watch his show where he just tries shit?
No.
He's got a show where he tries the most expensive version of everything. He's like, there's $1 million donut, and he just like eats it. $1 million donut, and just 2 Chainz eating it.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That's nice. That's a good idea.
They did one where they're like cloning animals. He went to those people where they like clone the cats and the dogs and stuff, and they're just like hanging out with cloned pets.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, but you can see how it makes sense that rich people would like that kind of shit because they're like, my cat died. They just get a replacement cat.
That's like that Black Mirror episode, if you ever saw it. It was in the
Which
first
season is
season.
it?
It was one of the very first episodes. But it was like there was a program that they made where they would use all of the information about your loved one that passed away,
yeah,
and they
that's
would create a version of them.
Creepy.
But like that's the whole thing with the episode is like the lady's going crazy.
It's
because,
not real.
Yeah, because that's exactly what would fucking happen, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't clone a pet and have it be the same pet. There's just no way. It's gonna be a whole different animal. Like the experiences will be different.
Like in Meet the Parents, remember he gets a different cat and like fucking just paints the tail.
No. Oh, no. I
Gets a
forgot
different-
that.
gets a
Yeah.
different- Gets a different jinxie.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't flush the toilet. And they're like, what the fuck's wrong with the cat?
Yeah.
It's not flushing the toilet.
And that's how they figure it out.
Yeah. I feel like otherwise, depending, but that it's also, he's like a sharp old man because he's like a federal agent. So, of course, he's going to notice shit like that. But if it was like another boomer, you could totally fucking slip a different animal in front of them and they wouldn't know shit.
Yeah.
A lot of them with like cataracts and like all fucked up senses. And it's just like, it's a blur walking toward. It keeps them comfort.
I can think of a lot of people where if you like replaced an animal in their life, they probably wouldn't notice yet.
That's what I'm saying. Kind of like in Dumb and Dumber when they give the kid the bird. Pretty bird, pretty bird. You know, if it gives them comfort, God bless them.
Exactly.
People, anime girl pillows,
Yeah.
knock yourself out.
Yeah.
Knock yourself out for
That's-
anime girl pillows.
Whatever
you know?
makes you happy.
You know what I'm saying? Put your waifu in it. Put like a sock with some water in it or whatever you do.
Uh-huh.
A glove with jelly.
Why not? Right? Like if it's what brings you joy in life, what's stopping you from doing that is my question. Like why wouldn't you start to do those things? You know? Like if you have a waifu, why not embrace it? Is what I'm saying.
It is crazy over there how many of that people are like fucking married to video game characters and shit over there.
Really?
In Japan?
They're married to him. Like they're like
thing.
obsessed.
Like they'll like pull up like a fucking like Pokedex or like their Switch or something and be like, "This is my wife."
Oh
And have
no.
like a drawing. You haven't seen anything like that?
No.
That's a
dude.
thing. More than half the population's single over there.
Why?
Yeah,
What's the
because of
answer?
that. Because you got dudes just by the work ethic. I think is one thing.
Yeah.
You get so many people that are like, "Why would I get in a relationship? It getting away my money."
Uh-huh. But then also just like the digital thing you could do, right? Like just having that. Like are they these are who are they meeting online? What is this? Like how does it work?
Like Hasune Miike. You ever seen that little anime girl? It's like a projection.
Yeah.
She sings and dances. Some people be marrying shit like that.
No.
Dude,
Really?
It exists. It exists.
Oh my god, this is blowing my mind.
Hey, don't judge, man. They have a right to do it. Love, love is love.
Notice that nothing I say is saying this is bad. I'm actually kind of impressed. Like the dedication that would take. Love is love. That's you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the movie with Joaquin Phoenix where he falls in love with the AI. Her. Yeah, it reminds me of that because that is
Choke me with the dead cat. Shit goes crazy.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Fun
But
sex scene.
like that's how it goes, dude. Like if technology really got that convincing and it was like, or even if I think you can fall in love with all kinds of things. Like it's even if it's like the idea of something. Like if I've never heard about this, but it makes perfect sense to me. Of course that would be happening. I'm impressed. I love Chinese people.
All of them.
Every single
all
one.
3 billion.
Yeah.
Or how many there are.
No, there's more. It's got to be more. Because I remember when I was younger, the population of the world was like 7 or 8 billion. And there's no way that's what it is now. Because I haven't looked it up in a while. It's got to be like at least 4. What is the population of the world? Maybe that's a good
Isn't
thing
it
to look
8
up.
billion?
It's got to be more, dude.
It's about like 8 billion, I think, right now.
8 billion? I feel like it was 8 billion so long ago.
It was 6 billion a couple years ago. Last I heard it was like 8.1 or something.
Population of world.
But we'll never really know.
8.025 is at least like the previous census.
You know how many people fucking live underground and shit? The mole people?
Yeah.
So many people live off the grid.
And like reptilians.
Reptilians.
Yeah.
I mean, we know who those are because they come on TV every day.
But there's still other ones you
Hey-o.
don't see, dude. Those are the ones that run the country.
Like
Those are the,
Wanda Whoopi Goldberg.
you see Wanda Sykes.
Cosmo Wanda.
Yeah.
Cosmopolitan.
Whoopi Goldberg, someone, what did they tell me? That she was talking shit about Caitlin Clark, saying like, I guess everybody hates Caitlin Clark. He just wanted to share all this to me. Like, there's people who talk shit about Caitlin Clark because it's like, it reminds me of the rap game. It reminds me of everything. Like, when you're good, people hate you. Like, it made me think, like, you actually can't be too good at things. Like, if you're too good at something, people just automatically hate you. It's just the way of the world. Because I think that's what Caitlin Clark
What you're
is.
saying is it's okay to be white.
Yeah, yeah. People are going to hate you no matter what. If you're white, it's okay. Listen, don't cry. Just be white. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad that you pick up what I laid out. You
My
know?
heart goes out to you.
Yes. Yes. Dude,
I'm not doing the hand sign, but
it's
yeah.
funny. I was talking to one guy And I remember he was saying, like, it makes him
Crazy.
upset that his Irish heritage, like, he can't celebrate his Irish heritage because, like, that's frowned upon. And it just made me think, like, I wonder how true that is. Like,
You can talk about Irish heritage. I feel like most people would be chill about it.
yeah, I think, well, in real life, like, everyone's going to be cool. Like, maybe in, like, the world, in the internet world where people make
I had a bit one time. We were doing a show around St. Patrick's Day, and I was talking about how Irish people are always like, we are slaves too. It's like, yeah, who the fuck freed you? Irish people always got to remind you that they were slaves also for like a long time.
How long ago were they slaves?
They were like, they did the indentured servitude thing well into the 1900s.
Wow.
Not too, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you know the history with them in England and all that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They did do a lot of those people wrong. But what's it called? Yeah, them being slaves. I was like, you wouldn't want an Irish slave. They'd be drinking on the job. But could you imagine having Irish slaves, just like a field of little Conan McBriens?
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien.
You don't want it.
Conan O'Brien, Cone Bone.
Cone bone.
Little ginger, fucking Irishman.
20 of them.
And you're just like, you're whipping them. And you're just like singing Dropkick Murphy songs.
It's fucking Bill Burr, you know. Yeah.
Irish spirituals.
I don't know, man. I don't know about the Irish people. I don't know how I feel about them. I'm torn on them, you know. And I'm
I
probably
like corned beef. Corned beef is decent.
yeah, they've got good things.
The Departed, good movie.
Good movie. Good. Departed's Irish. I mean Sopranos.
Boston.
But that's Italian? Yeah.
They got Boston motherfuckers.
Oh right. Yes.
The goddamn Boston mix and shit, dude. Jack Nicholson, dude.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson be chilling.
What's he doing nowadays?
He just be chilling, bro.
I imagine at this point it's
There's this picture though. It's so funny. I gotta show you.
all right.
Because there's so many things of him just sloppily eating next to, like, on the side of a Lakers game.
You gotta love it, man.
This is him eating eating fries. It's just Jack Nicholson, fat and retarded, and it's just him shoving fries in his mouth. I'm like, that's the mood.
That is the
What a
mood,
legend.
dude. I mean, what else you gonna do,
There's so many of him just like booling,
dude?
just eating chili dogs and spilling beans and shit.
Yeah.
It's so good. That's how I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be old and be like, I don't want to do fucking make anything creative anymore. I got my money. Polanski did what he did at my house.
Dude, I'm trying to get like rich
Crazy.
enough to where I can feel comfortable doing that. Because I feel like that's where you got to be. You got to be at a point, or at least like when I say rich enough, I just mean like you have enough money to where it's like, oh, I could take a month off. I could take days off and just do this shit, you know, and just spend like my time spilling beans on me at a basketball game. Like you want to have that much
Spilling
money.
beans though. It's funny to like just be eating in places where you don't normally eat.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I was waiting for a lift earlier and I'm just like eating a thing from Dunkin', just like standing in place eating the fucking croissant thing and shit. Funeral food be bussin'.
Sometimes I will like pop out a thing of Tupperware with
OCB.
steak that I cut up in it, and I'll just start eating the steak cold. And I feel like that's like a
crazy.
power move, dude.
In a theater, you ever bring actual food in a movie theater?
That's a good ass idea. I could do that at a theater. Man. I never thought of putting
They don't
steak
pat
in.
down. Yeah, they're not gonna pat down.
I never thought of combining those two ideas though.
Dude.
Wow, you're a
Same
genius.
time. Because sometimes you know, popcorn's too much. You get it in your teeth. It's too salty, and then you're drinking more, and then blah, 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 blah. Now you gotta piss, and the movie's fucking 2.5 hours. And you're like, fuck. But you're like, I fucking spent $40 to watch this bullshit in RPX.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm trying to watch Wicked. Did you see Wicked?
I didn't, man.
I didn't see Wicked.
You didn't see it either?
No. I saw Ben Shapiro's review of it. Did you see that?
No.
He knows
Oh
that-
yeah, he liked it.
Because he's a crazy theater kid. So he's like, the original Glinda.
Yeah.
Just knows all the facts. It's hilarious.
You know what? Like, I feel like, again, like how Trump is in tune with meme culture. I always wonder with Ben Shapiro, like, how that works. I feel like he has to be in on some of the joke. Like, right? He knows people are going to see that and, like, be like, yo, like, that's what's going to be funny about it. Is it fucking Ben Shapiro knows everything about Wicked. Maybe not though. Maybe he's not self-aware, and it's just him being completely genuine with us. Like opening up a little bit
About like his knowledge of theater shows.
because he knows a lot. Yeah,
Him just like if they let Ben Shapiro direct Cats.
yeah. I would. Wow.
Cats don't care about your feelings.
That's one of the new what are they? What the fuck is the name of their whole production company?
The Blaze bullshit.
No, well, is that what it is? They're movies because
Or the Daily Wire movie thing.
Because if they start making musicals, Cat's a good place to start. Yeah, just do a school shooter musical.
No, they wouldn't handle that topic. That topic would be heavy. It would be something.
They did the
like,
movie. They already did the movie.
I know they. Oh, what?
A school shooter movie.
Which one?
That was like, that's what I thought was so funny is that they actually did it. Like it was like about a girl and she hunts with her dad and her dad
Daily
passed
Wire
away.
they did it?
Yeah. And her dad's and like she gets bullied by these kids at school or something. But like it's about the girl. Like the girl's the main character and she knows about guns because her dad raised her and taught her about guns. And then like a school shooting goes down and she's the one who saves the day. It's like Die Hard, but a school shooting.
The one in Wisconsin a couple months ago, that was done by a girl. So now the girls have entered the chat.
Yeah.
In terms of that game.
Yep.
You're welcome, ladies.
Equality.
Welcome to the game.
Yeah. I mean, hey, maybe we'll see some more women joining that field in the future.
There was a whole thing before, because remember the YouTube shooter? Did you ever see her whole thing?
What's this one?
Oh, dude, she was a loop. That was like the first female mass shooter like a couple years ago, like on par with like all the other mass shootings. They tried to shoot up the YouTube place. She was like a crazy vegan and shit, bro. You never saw her shit?
Oh, no, I remember this now, yeah. They went to shoot up the YouTube headquarters.
Yeah. And she had like the weird videos where she's like floating around with shit. You haven't seen her videos?
I don't know if I've seen her videos.
She has some like, you're talking about Adult Swim. She has some fucking like on par with like some off the air like weird shit.
And she went to shoot them up?
She went to shoot them up because she thought they were like restricting her view count or some shit like that. She's a fucking loon. But YouTube shooter.
Okay.
Nasim. Yeah, our queen. I was in a meme group. They had stuff about Nasim for a little bit. Nasim. Yeah, she had some wild content. Hold on. Her videos. Nasim video. She would like do poetry and all kinds of weird shit in front of green screens and shit. Are they trying to rip our queen's content off of YouTube?
No.
She had a crazy look about her too.
Being discriminated and filtered on YouTube.
This one.
And I'm not the only one.
Also some news report about it, but you could get the gist. That most of her shit looks like some Napoleon Dynamite type shit.
See that my new videos hardly get views, and my old videos that used to
okay.
get many views.
And she's got like, for the folks listening, she's a beautiful Indian woman. She had like a whole nice wallpaper behind her. I mean, her videos look amazing. They probably were stealing her views.
I mean, she made some cutting edge content.
Exactly.
She made some like off key yodeling shit about being a vegan and stuff. It's pretty cutting edge.
She could have been the next Andy Kaufman if YouTube didn't bottleneck her, is what I think.
She didn't even get a kill. She got 2 shots. She shot 2 people, but no kills. So her KD ratio is pretty bad. I'm just saying, ladies, if you're trying to get in the game that's been going for quite a minute, you got to get your numbers up. Those are
bad debut.
Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah.
Those are rookie numbers.
It's like if you're going to join the squad, you can't just join it like that, that's not how you make an impression. Yeah.
You got people like Stephen Paddock, who went to Vegas and did that thing.
Yeah.
Who was able to get all those guns and do all those things.
Yeah, with the helicopters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and when you have that going on, it's like, seriously, you can't even get one. You can't even get one. Like, what are you doing in this market? It's like if you were doing sales and you were like new to sales and you were supposed to just get customers and maybe you like had 2 customers call you back and like schedule an appointment, but you never actually made any sales. Or maybe
it's not counting them out. It's like saying like if we get a female mass shooter who could really take out a couple and really get the job done, that's the one that we can have be the first president.
Ooh, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They really had to overcome some shit.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think? Do you think what's his name? The kid with the big shooting at the riots 2021. He cried on his trial.
Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, you think he's got a chance for running for president? You think Kyle Rittenhouse has got a chance?
Because he went against Trump. The Trump people turned on him.
Oh, they did?
Well, he said.
What did he do?
Well, first of all, he spoke on positively about BLM, and then he said he wasn't going to vote for Trump. The next time around, and then they all started turning on him.
Oh, I think he could win it
A whole
back.
lot of drama llama stuff. Maybe he could.
Yeah, I think in the end it wouldn't be that hard for him to slide right back in. I think he's got a chance. I'm just thinking like people who committed shootings that could manage to actually have a pull. Yeah, he probably has enough pull to where people would be like, I remember you. I remember that thing you did, and like it's like I think people are at the point where it doesn't really matter what you did. Just the fact that they remember you.
Notoriety.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is like on a 2-week basis right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like people's memory are just so shot.
Yeah.
It's like in wrestling how the storylines keep changing every few months.
It's kind of like that's kind of what makes wrestling so interesting to me is it is that close to reality in some strange way. It's not all that different.
We're wrestling reality now.
Yeah.
It's great though. Shout out wrestling. Shout out the wrestling friends.
Yeah,
Shout
dude,
out all
you've
the
been
wrestling
doing
companies.
those wrestling shows. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, my homies and the wrestling friends are the ones who do the watch parties. Shout out Freelance Wrestling. They're the ones that do all the shows in Logan and at the Emporium and all that. Yeah, man. Shout out Wrestle League. They do the shows at Lincoln Hall. Yeah, all these great wrestling promotions, man. And you get people from other ones. GCW. Shout out GCW.
What's that stand for?
That's Game Changer Wrestling.
Okay.
They're like the modern like ECW type shit. Like they'll do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Are they pushing the envelope still?
Oh yeah. They do certain big hardcore shows. I went to the Nick Gage Invitational a couple years ago. Fucking insane, dude. Like I got videos with like they got all the pipes and the light bulb things. They use these big light pipes and they're like breaking tons of them on each other's heads and shit. These guys are bleeding buckets, man. People are psychos. The fans are crazy. Got to meet Nick Gage, the king of the deathmatch. You know Nick Gage? He died in a deathmatch before.
He sounds.
He's
big in that field. In
backyard wressling shit.
Yeah,
he did a lot of shit. He was on the backyard wrestling stuff and all that kinds of shit. And he died in a match and was resuscitated.
When you say died,
like his heart stopped and shit, and he came back
during the match.
He was like had to get pulled out because he was like bleeding out.
But they brought him
like,
back.
Cut a thing. Yeah, like he went out and then came back and shit.
And he's still just as hardcore as ever.
Came back, yeah, does the shit and stuff. Legend, man.
Yeah. Because hardcore wrestling is a whole different thing than like wrestling.
Yeah. It's an art form, man.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that New Japan shit, man. I've been watching some New Japan wrestling. Shout out New Japan wrestling.
New Japan has been like, it's interesting how things are nowadays. Because I remember when I was watching wrestling in like 2010, like when I first discovered everything. And it was still also separate. Like now everything feels unified in this weird way where like WWE, like the Royal Rumble, as we film this, the Royal Rumble is going to happen a little bit after. But like
Saturday, yeah, John Cena, one of his last appearances.
John Cena, yeah.
Bing chillin'.
Yeah.
Bing chillin'.
But with that, it could be anybody that they have coming to the Royal Rumble. Like they had people from TNA, I think, last year. Like just random shit like that.
I feel like they're teasing it. I hope.
I think they just announced something. Like
I hope my
partnership.
I hope my boy Joe Hendry shows up there. Yeah, they did it. I did see the thing with partnership with them.
Like it's a 5-year thing just for them to be able to appear in each other's stuff, which is so crazy to think about.
More crossover in NXT and stuff, probably.
It's great, but they would have never done that before. Like they fucking if it would have happened in 2010, that would have been fucking nuts. Yeah. But now it's just kind of they would have never done it. And with New Japan, the reason I bring it up is because I remember back then it was like I watched WWE, but I didn't understand that there was like even like a whole different thing. Like then New Japan is where people, I think like Daniel Bryan were popular. I think Kenny Omega, that's where he was popular. Before AEW, it was New Japan that everybody knew him from. There's a bunch of people like that. Where it's like, because it was Bryan Danielson, a lot of those matches were New Japan.
The match with Angle and Lesnar over there.
Yeah.
It goes crazy.
I think would CM Punk have New Japan stuff? I think he did. I thought that he had like
he was on that Ring of Honor type shit.
Ring of Honor, that's what it was. Yeah, dude, I
different
forgot
time.
fucking Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor, CZW.
Yeah, there's so many.
TNA's had that golden run in the 2000s, like 2006, 7. They had some good shit. The Ultimate X matches with fucking AJ Styles going crazy.
Yep.
Legendary, bro. Legendary. So, yeah, man. Hell yeah. Shout out anything that gets exposure to talented athletes, storytelling, man. It's art, man. It's amazing. It's wrestling. I went to the Fourth Rope thing. I was at the Fourth Rope, the West Side Guns promotion. That was pretty sick.
Wrestling?
He did his first big wrestling thing, and I was at it. They did it over here near UIC. That was pretty sick.
Did they do it similar to how like the ones you're performing at? How they do it? Like how did they handle
where it
everything?
was like they had a couple of performers. They had like Rome Streets and Derringer was there. Fucking Boldy James.
And like
bunch of
so,
rappers.
if somebody was to go to this show, like what would they expect? Because I like. Even just for the people listening, just so they know. Because I wonder, like, is it like, are they doing matches and then rap and then matches and then rap?
Exactly that. Like at the
Okay.
Beats and Brawls one, shout out to Wrestle League, they do the thing where it's like producers and then some rappers and then a couple wrestling matches and then a couple more beats. You know, it's just a party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hip hop. I say the sixth element of hip hop really is pro wrestling. You know what I'm saying? They bleed into each other perfectly.
I think that,
We're
like,
talking earlier about how personalities get by. The biggest personalities are the ones in pro wrestling, and like it makes perfect sense for the environments to be together. You know, it's like heavy metal, horror movies, pro wrestling, hip hop. It's all kind of like, you know what I'm saying, the same core people type shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's really interesting, the idea, like, the character aspect of it. Like, that, like, as a rapper, like, you're playing a character. Like, you're going out there and you're feeding off the energy of an audience and being that character. Like, it's the same exact type of thing that a wrestler would do. Like, you're, like, the main character. You're the best. I'm the best wrestler, and I'm going to prove why I'm the best. I'm the best rapper. I'm going to prove why I'm the best.
I feel like it's to say it's fluid with pro wrestling, it's fluid with comedy.
Yeah.
I feel like even when I'm not doing comedy, I'm like doing the music shit, it's like it's still comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go out and you perform it and you're like, oh, that was funny how this and this happened. You know what I mean?
I think that's why, because when I do like freestyle shit, I don't think it's my best material. But what I've learned is like there's a comedic value even. Like just what I'm doing, like people, I think it works. But also like I think if I just let myself say whatever the fuck, there's something comedic about that. And that's what works. There's a lot of comedy in
Blocking,
like in rap.
not blocking that filter and just letting it flow.
Yeah, because shit that you even won't think is funny to people. Like I'll say something about crack rocks and people think that's so fucking funny.
Crack.
Yeah, but it's just something I fucking would come up with in my stupid brain. You know?
That's why it's like I had an unhealthy relationship with staying awake too long, because I would like, if I stay awake too long or I'm a bit sleep deprived, that little part of your brain that like blocks the words out or whatever, what ideas just like isn't there, and I'll just like boom, there's 4 songs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you would do that?
Yeah. I got a song on the album where I was like talking about how I need sleep, and it's like, yeah, because sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it just, especially when I was doing night shift and stuff like that. Shit like that ain't too healthy. I was learning how you could bank sleep. So be like, oh, a couple hours here, a couple hours there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All kinds of weird shit like that. But
With night shift, there's no real way around it, though.
yeah, you gotta sleep when the sun is up, and then you get to start getting all looking like you in a Tim Burton movie and shit. But luckily, I ain't on that at the time being. But I ain't no stranger to it. You know what I'm saying? I be standing around a lot. That's one thing. You stand around for hours on end, you crack your leg, it be sounding like a bundle of sticks type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
dude.
we used to it. We made out of stone out here.
Like some buildings.
Like allegedly some buildings.
Some buildings I've heard of. And you know what you just said? It reminded me of something else you said earlier. Because when you don't sleep for days, you probably wake up feeling like Anderson Cooper. Like,
Oh shit, yeah, Anderson Pooper. He's a wild boy. Yeah, all those guys that I saw in town during the DNC, man. You know what was funny? It was when I was working. I could say it. I was working downtown and I was near the West Loop, and JB Pritzker was there. And I was doing like detail security stuff around this thing where he's doing an ad for the DNC, and he's just like, Chicago's a great place. And there's like fucking armed gunmen just circling him and shit. And while he's next to the bean, it was just the craziest thing. And he was just such like a fat prick. He looks like the Hamburglar. They'd never been in the same room. You ever seen a picture of them next to each other?
they could be the same.
They could be the same. I'd be drawing the mask on him.
It's possible.
Yeah, his big ass head. I think his brother went to Epstein Island. Pretty sure. It's just a billionaire with a D in front of his name.
The Hamburglar. Man, the Hamburglar, but McDonald's, man.
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald.
Beef tallow.
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald.
You really think the Hamburglar would be up to such debauchery? I don't know. I feel like the Hamburglar. What are the other ones?
It's an insult. Calling him a Hamburglar is the insult to the Hamburglar. You're not even Hamburglar material, JB Pritzker.
I actually trust the Hamburglar more than you.
To balance the city budget.
Exactly. Who would you rather vote for?
Hell no.
But with your album though, when we last talked, your album was not out. Now it is out.
Yes, sir.
Tell me the story of the album. How does that happen? Like, because I imagine it was a long time in the making. I imagine it didn't just come from nothing. So if from start to finish, what's the story?
Oh, hell yeah. Gone Fishing, album by Tim Perez. I put it out on Bandcamp last year on 420, but yeah, it went on streaming in December. And now it's on streaming. It's all over the ding-a-dings and all that. For where did it start? I was doing the music. I've always been making the music shit. I've always been making it in my bedroom, sometimes putting it online under aliases, but never really like attaching my normal name to it. And then, around the time of COVID, I was doing all the shows with the homies. COVID happened. Everything slowed down. And then no shows happening. And then, this, that, and the third. Everyone got a little cooked, right? Everyone got a little too far into this thing, too far into that thing. But introspective, right? We all learned a little bit more about ourselves and the world around us. There's a great unifier for a minute at the beginning of COVID, before more culture war shit. I think the first month was really peaceful. Yeah. But anyway, I fast forward about a year after a number of circumstances. I go outside and playing music every day, play music on Michigan Avenue. And then one day it all kind of clicks and I came home and found God. I think I talked about this a little bit last time, but yeah, it's pretty much like that whole kind of thing bleeds into the thesis of it, I guess, of the album. It was just that. It was like I had art I was making before then. I had the intention, and then kind of like waiting to be saved and knowing that it was around the corner. Then the process of that happening, more music, more time passing, and just a little musical journey. So you kind of hear, the hype stuff. You hear the ego. You hear the fun wordplay. You hear me going this, I'm going there, and being raw with my emotions and being hype. And then we hit the hype of the craziness, and then at some point, you hit that. Find the Lord, you get that little post-nut clarity, salvation, if you will. And, you keep going on. Where do you go from there? How do you learn to rap for the Lord, And I'm still going to say crazy stuff. I'm saying? I'm still going to be myself and say some exploited stuff because I think hip-hop's a transgressive art form. And it really is one of the few things that have, no limits. I got, a fucking Midwest emo song on the fucking album. I got, several, 5 or 6 songs that I ain't even really rapping on. But it's a little bit all over the place, and then brings a whole circle. So that's kind of thing. Did a listening party for it, and then kept changing it. Officially put out last year. Gone Fishing. Yeah, that's kind of the whole spiel of it. Also, R.I.P. David Lynch. David Lynch passed away recently. Towards the second to last track in the album, there's an outro to a song where it's David Lynch talking about ideas and how they're like fishes. He had a lot of really cool analogy about that and shit.
Was that after you had already come up with the...
No, it was in the midst of me making it. I found that a thing from one of his lectures about transcendental meditation and stuff like that and thoughts and his Q&As. I was just watching him all the time, and he had that one cool excerpt where he's talking about that. And I was like, oh, fuck, that's perfect. I put it on there because it is kind of that too. It's me hey, getting comfortable with permanence because we were doing all these improv shows for years and stuff. I was telling you, I was doing them since high school and stuff like that, so it was fun. There's something very romantic about improv. You do a fun thing with these people, you have a great time, and then it's gone. You all had it there, and you can't hold those moments.
Yeah.
You could take a picture from this one still scene, but it'll never quite capture the moment as when people were physically in that room, which is a beautiful thing, but also we're making stuff for real. So getting comfortable with permanence. So that's my first actual full length collection of sounds. But yeah, man, that's pretty much the story like that. So I'm glad that's out there. I got one visual for it for the song Exodus on there. Goes hard. Shout out to boy LSD. He shot it. Fucking was at Wilson Skate Park for it. There's a couple other visuals I'm probably gonna get before the next couple projects. And I did the musical score. I think I told you before about for my brother's movies for Kino Crew Productions.
Yeah, yeah.
We had Gobblehead. I think when I was here last time, it was before Gobblehead came out. Gobblehead 3. So now we had Gobblehead 3, the third course. But yeah, Gobblehead 3 came out. I did the music for that. That was really fun. I really like it in the composition bag. So
There was a big
fucking
screening
around.
for that too, wasn't there?
I think for the third, I don't think we've had we played the extended cut for the second one at Big Picture Chicago over at the patio, but I don't think we've had a public screening of the third one yet.
I just thought I saw something on social media about a screening.
We had that screening. Well, and then also we did the Coconut Cruise one the other day.
I saw that. I wanted to ask you
Yeah,
about that
with the
too.
homies.
Yeah, because
Shout
that's kind
out
of connected with the album. I'm
Andres
sure.
and Sean. Oh yeah, those are the boys. I mean, they're not featured on the album. I referenced them. I referenced A Tribe Called Johnny Quest, which was the group of me and the homies.
But they were in a group.
We had a hip hop improv group together called
Oh yeah.
Tribe Called Johnny Quest.
I thought you meant like a rap group for a
No,
second.
yeah. We the homie Eco would make the beats and shit.
Oh, so it was. You guys were all rapping together.
But we would do like improv scenes, and then like we would do like the last line from the scene. Boom, that's the hook, and just like everyone go up and bar and shit.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fun little times. We'll probably whip up an incarnation or something like that soon. Since some of the boys are around. But yeah, crazy shit, man. And yeah, shout out the infamous Sean Shaw.
Infamous Sean Shaw,
Shout out
and then
Andres.
Andreas Merlos, dude.
Come on, dog.
Andreas with that whole thing with him going on stage at what's the dude's name? Show?
Yeah, buddy ass.
Was that his name?
No, Ron something.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it right off the top of my head, but yeah, Renee Vega. Yeah. I got it right off the top of my head for the record, but
That's
but
funny. I saw it.
yeah, because I mean, just the
They
fact
jumped
that
his ass.
I remember like the reason I knew it was happening is because I remember like his video was getting views, and I thought, why would that even I saw that first, and then I realized that I saw on his Instagram, and it's like people were looking him up from it. So that's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah. And
But
you
he
had-
went on stage. For those who didn't see it, like a comedian called him on stage, pretty much. A popular comedian's like, hey, come up here and be funny.
And the boy's a working comedian, so he rose to the occasion.
He did it, dude. I feel like that was a
swung
successful
that.
showing.
Hell
He
yeah.
handled
Hell yeah.
he handled it pretty well.
They
you know?
jumped him because they was scared he was gonna take the crowd.
He literally got jumped,
That's
but he
how we
handled
go.
it.
My boys are hyenas out here.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's what it was. They were worried that he was gonna do too good. They had to jump him. They had to.
Coconut Cruise.
They saw the Coconut Cruise.
I don't know what they're doing, like how they're distributing it, but however they do, make sure you watch Coconut Cruise. Everybody watch Coconut. It's a good, funny movie. I'm in it for a little bit. I'm not gonna spoil what I do.
Oh, you have a cameo.
I have a small cameo in it. I think one of my listed as a crackhead or something. Crackhead number 4 or some shit like that. They got me listed as something crazy, but it's a fun time, man. Especially because we got to play the movie after we all did stand up, and it'd been a minute since I did a whole show with the boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was you guys, like the people we just mentioned just now.
Deep End. Shout out the homies Deep End.
That was who put the show
Laz.
together, right?
Yeah, with
like the production company.
When with Bug House and Ron, Ron.
I was gonna say
Ron funny
Bloom.
as hell, bro.
Yeah. How
Ron
long
was
did
going
everybody have on
crazy.
stage? Was it like a 10-minute set?
I think every got like 8 minutes. Everyone had like 8-10 minutes.
Nice.
It was decent. It was decent. I fucked around. I said some crazy expletives to the crowd. Made some people uncomfortable. Sometimes I do this bit where I write like scripts and I make people read shit that I wrote, and it's just nonsense. And I brought up, my buddy Jeremiah was in the crowd. He came up and he read it, and I just had him read all this shit. Just like gobbledygook, brain rot. You know what I'm saying? After a while, he's just like saying the thing from Love Sosa in the intro. Motherfuckers about Chief Keef ain't no hitter. And I'm just having him read this while I'm just staring at the audience and shit. It was a good time. fuck around, do some stupid shit, throw some shit at the wall. The only people who looked offended were the white women.
Yeah. And it was it looked like it was a lot of people that showed up on the.
Oh yeah, it was a packed house.
Really?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
big
yeah.
is the venue? I wouldn't know.
Bug House ain't too big. Shout out to Bug House Theater.
Still though, is it like 50 people?
Yeah. Definitely probably around like 50.
Nice, man. That's cool. I wanted to
yeah.
make it. Like it was the same night as every single month I try to make it to James Najar's Cozy Corner thing. He does in his
turn up.
apartment. So it was the same exact day. And I was trying to like time it right because it wasn't that far. I was not able to make
Where's
it. It made me
his
sad.
thing at? Because I saw the pictures of it and stuff.
It's I think he says it says on social media. I was like, can I say it's Andersonville?
Oh, okay, sick.
Yeah, but I mean like, dude, it's nice for what it is. Because, I mean, it's one of those
Yeah.
things that I've learned, like, with comedy in particular. Comedy in a small venue actually works pretty well. It's
more intimate.
If it's good enough. Yeah, if it's intimate and you have a cozy environment.
Shout out to the comedy clubhouse, the comedy clubhouse.
Yeah, same thing, I'm sure, yeah.
Beautiful building. Shout out Mike Abdo, them the mains. Yeah, man, all that kind of stuff of like being able to see the crowd. The bigger it is, the less intimate it is. You don't see their face. You're just looking at big ass lights. And then Second City is like, hey, that was kind of funny. We own your property now, by the way. You make that joke anywhere. I don't know. You ever go to the Starbucks right there?
Right next to Second City?
Yeah.
No.
It's always just dudes in their laptop writing shit that they hope to get on S, hoping that Lorne Michaels will pop through. It's crazy. It's a cult. It's a death cult.
Yeah, man, it seems odd to me, like how that works. Like
It's like the BoJack episode. It's
Yeah.
exactly like the BoJack episode.
Yeah, in what way?
In a lot of circles, there's like people that just like, oh, let's worship this person because they like hung out with Chris Farley one time 40 years ago.
Yeah,
And you just see how these young guys get their labor, their ideas just taken advantage of.
but like,
In a lot of circles. Not saying any place particular.
is there another like place to go with comedy writing? Like, if the people who are in that like area and they're trying to be a comedy writer, like, isn't that like is that the ultimate thing? Is like SNL? Is
The
that?
OG route used to be like you would get like a packet and you'd make your TV packet and then you'd go to the college circuit. That's the real thing. There's really no college like circuit like there used to be. It used to be like you would perform at like, you know, whatever student center and shit like that.
Yeah,
But it's not really a thing too much anymore. Sometimes you see it, but not really. Only for like big touring acts.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like fucking Bill Burr. I remember Hannibal had a funny one at Loyola because he made a joke about like priests. Molesters and shit. Because they gave him like a list of things not to say. It was like, don't say this, don't say this. He's like, but y'all be fucking kids though, right?
Yeah.
He said some shit like that. It was funny as fuck. Shout out to him. He's a local legend.
Yeah, and he
My homie technically opened for him because he just pops in places
I was
sometimes.
about to say he pops up sometimes, doesn't he?
yeah.
Yeah, which is very cool. I feel like that's the type of thing I would want to do if I had any notoriety at all. Like, wouldn't it be cool to be like the comic that's actually popular that still shows up to open mics? Like, wouldn't you want to be that guy? Everybody would be like, oh my God, like they get so excited you're there. Like, it'd actually be a fun thing to do every now and then. Like, imagine if you were fucking a worldwide famous comic. You just pop into an
tapped
open
in
mic.
with the community and shit.
Yeah. You'd be like, I just have to imagine that'd be, and all those people remember that. They
Rather
think
than
it's really
people
cool.
that think they too good for shit.
Yeah.
Like Jay Leno, that's why he's getting his fucking ass beat every 2 days of life right now.
It's karma.
His fucking head looks crazy. He looks like fucking Metal Gear Solid. The one where he's old and trying to kill himself.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck Jay Leno be looking like right now. They talking about he owes debt to the mob. You believe that shit?
I like it. I like the funness of it. I think it's a fun story, but I'm not sure.
Falling down a hill. It's like every time anybody's ever got their ass beat in like an old like 50s or 70s show or movie.
Yeah, like
I fell.
you show up to school with a black guy, like, what happened? I fell out of a tree.
fell.
I fell out of a tree.
It's like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Jay Leno's getting abused at home.
Maybe he is. I mean, maybe he owes money. Like maybe it's like maybe not he owes money. Maybe it's like a sexual thing. Like maybe he like got involved in some type of sexual encounter.
He's got like a BDSM thing.
Yeah,
Where
I'm trying.
he pays Italian men to beat him up in alleyways.
Yeah. You gotta live somehow, man. You gotta live. Like while you're alive, you have to live.
There's a couple books. I can't remember the names, but there's all kinds of stories about how crazy Jay Leno was, like hiding in closets and NBC to listen in on meetings he wasn't in and shit. All kinds of power plays he did. I mean, this is just karma for him fucking with Conebone, man.
Conan.
Fucked with Conan, you fuck with Conebone. Team Coco got their lick back. On God.
Yeah, Conan's probably my favorite of all of them. I think he's my favorite.
Him, Craig Ferguson too. Craig Ferguson was a goat.
Yep.
Fucking
Craig Ferguson will like straight up flirt with these women, and somehow like no one has ever gotten upset with that. Like you'd think like at this point like it would be like a thing that he would get.
Charming.
Yeah, he's just like the most charming dude ever. Like the people who even like get upset about that type of thing don't get upset because he charms them. He's a genius.
Yeah,
He's the best.
All good comedy is about getting away with it, right?
Well, dude, he'll like straight up hit on a lady. It actually impresses me.
He's like purring and shit.
Yeah.
Well, fucking Letterman too, man. Letterman used to grill these motherfuckers, bro.
He did, yeah.
When he was grilling Paris Hilton.
Yeah. Letterman in his prime was something else. Yeah.
Dude, Letterman dogging on him. Fucking when he was just like, that girl was like, woo! She was like, or like, I love you, Paris. And she's like, I love you. And he's like, ah, your friend from prison? Like, bro, that was crazy. He's going and making fun of how she went to jail and shit. That was a golden time in television. You know what else was a golden time in television? The video game awards on Spike TV. Did you ever watch those?
Yeah, the VGAs.
With fucking Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
And he'd come out and just like cuss a bunch, and then it would just be like fucking athletes and dudes promoting movies coming out. Slime time type shit.
Yep. And you know what? Like,
that's crazy.
Even like with how video games were different then. Like video games were in a whole different era. Like I don't even think you could bring that back. I don't even think you can do a video game awards
Dude,
now.
it's like when Assassin's Creed like first came out and everyone was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yep. Like video game awards probably went crazy in 2008, 2009. Like holy
2007.
shit. All those games. Like, who the fuck? I now I gotta look up who the winners were because I can only even imagine, dude. Probably was a tight. It's probably fucking some Macklemore, Kendrick Lamar type competition going on.
Dude, I'd be
there.
missing like movies. I mean, good movies will always be around. There'll always be a great time at the theaters. Keep cinemas alive.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, bro, it's not just like being a nostalgia, like curmudgeon motherfucker. Like, you look at movies from when we were coming up, and it's like, look at 2008, bro. You had Dark Knight. You had Step Brothers. You had Pineapple Express and Tropic Thunder, all in like a 3-week span.
Yep.
And those are like movies that get watched like forever. Like every day, forever, somebody's watching one of those movies.
So where does that change though? Like where do movies change?
Blockbusters still exist technically, I guess, because we always have a couple $1 billion movies by the end of the year. But
yeah, but they're kind of soulless though.
Yeah, I mean that's how it be. I mean the soul is with the indie, man. Shout out to Terrifier 3. You seen that?
But
Did you see Terrifier 3?
no, but I've
Oh,
seen
amazing.
some of the stuff you posted about it.
Shout out Terrifier 3. They broke records, man. Biggest indie movie, biggest unrated movie ever because it didn't get an MPAA rating because it was so graphic.
Wow.
But it made on $2 million budget, made back like 60 million or something like that. So big W for indie films, man.
Huh.
Good year for indie films in the past couple of years. It's actual indie, not like some bullshit. You know, it's very rare you find things that are actually like made. You know what I'm saying? On the grounds like that. Even
Yeah.
Bandcamp got fucking bought by UMG. I found that out.
Really?
Yeah.
Everything gets bought eventually, it seems.
Fucking Disney owns everything.
Bandcamp by UMG, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
So they're always gonna find some way to skim their top off.
Yeah. I wonder how they monetize that one. But yeah, like with indie movies, I think that's where you're gonna find the soul no matter what. You're gonna find the soul there because it's at least like that's where people are doing the passion projects. I mean, like what's just so weird to me is like where does it become that even like Hollywood doesn't even do, because even like the 90s, dude, the 90s to the 2000s there's a big shift. Like in the 90s movies were way more artsy. Like it was like all kinds of premises you would see back then. It could be anything. And then in the 2000s it's still kind of that. But like once it becomes, I think like once everything became a universe and like a cinematic thing that has to follow something else, it's like I think it became safe to use IPs that were already established. That became the mentality for everything.
But
like, don't take chances. Don't try new storylines.
The
don't
shit
do
with the
anything.
IPs running out though, you've been looking at that trend, right?
I know. What is it?
Like when the things become public, like for example,
Like every 50 years, 80 years.
David
I know
Howard,
Winnie the Pooh.
David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown in Terrifier, is in a new movie where he's playing fucking the Mickey Mouse from the Steamboat Willie. There's a Steamboat Willie horror movie coming out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's fucking amazing. And yeah, did you see the goof ass Winnie the Pooh thing? I didn't watch it yet, but I seen the pictures.
No, I
It's
didn't.
mad funny. We watched Five Nights at Freddy's is okay, but the fucking one with Nick Cage, did you see that? Wally's Wonderland?
No, I didn't see it.
Dude,
Was it good? It was good?
banger. Yeah, if you like Rage Cage, you know, him just like smashing up machines and they're like oil's flying out and he's yelling. Some ridiculous shit. It's good prime Rage. I love Rage Cage.
You know what I didn't see? That was that was Mandy. I didn't see that
Oh,
movie.
Mandy's fire, dude.
A lot of Rage Cage, right?
A lot of Rage Cage, and it's very like artfully done. It's like a generally good movie too. It's not just like shits and gigs.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. The guy who did that did a couple new movies with Cage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did like several of them. There's another one where he plays like an older dude, and then there's another one where he plays himself. The other one with I think Diego Luna's.
Oh, the comedy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The massive talent.
The undeniable pressure of massive talent, or something.
Did you ever see Adaptation?
No, that's the one. I've seen like most of those movies written by that guy,
Charlie Kaufman.
Charlie Kaufman. Yeah, but I haven't seen that
Good one. Meryl Streep's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Meryl Streep's fire in it.
Well, generally, what is it about?
Well, you seen Being John Malkovich?
Oh fuck, no, I haven't seen that either. No.
So Being John Malkovich is fire. It exists in like a fourth wall world where it's like Charlie Kaufman in actual life tried adapting the book The Orchid Thief into a movie.
Okay.
And then the movie's about him doing that for a movie. But then it just like bleeds in itself and all this crazy shit happens. It's a pretty good movie.
That's what adaptation is?
Yeah.
It's about him in real life adapting something else?
Yeah, but then like while he's doing it, parts of like the actual movie are in the movie.
Oh,
It's a tweak. It's a tweak.
That's all of his movies are like that.
Yeah.
What is Being John Malkovich exactly? Is it the same type of thing?
Yeah, John Cusack fucking finds a portal to Malkovich's brain, so you could like interact and be John Malkovich for like an hour. It's a great movie. Fucking Michel Gondry worked on some other stuff. You know, the Eternal Sunshine guy. You seen Eternal Sunshine?
That I have seen, yes.
Yeah, it's similar.
Great
They
movie.
all worked on the same shit. There's another weird one they did. I think Charlie Kaufman did called Human Nature. Did you ever see that? It's got Tim Robbins. It's got like a dude that they like find in like the forest, like a guy who was like raised by nature.
Okay.
Like a George of the Jungle ass motherfucker, and they like try to domesticate him, and it's just like weird like dark comedy about like the influence of industrial society and like our primal instincts and shit.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. It's a wild one. Human Nature.
Human Nature. See, I know it's good just because it's Charlie fucking Kaufman, dude. Like,
yeah.
He's a genius. He's really good at approaching that type of topic in a way where it's like it's going to be thought provoking no matter what. I already know. I wonder what he would have to say. I wonder. I didn't. This isn't like a big film. I've never heard of this because I thought I looked up all the movies he's
Human
made. Is it
Nature?
an older one?
Yeah, it's an older one.
Like in the 90s?
It's probably like
Was it one of his? It must have been one of his first things.
Patricia Arquette in it. Yeah, Patricia Arquette's in it.
Because I'm just surprised I haven't seen anything about this. It doesn't sound familiar.
Like
I know. I'm trying to think of other stuff he's made. I know he did the
New York thing with fucking Hoffman.
yeah, Synecdoche, New York.
Synecdoche. That's how you say it, Synecdoche.
I think so.
Okay, I never know. I always thought like Synodoge. I know how to say it.
Synodoge.
Synodoge. That's crazy.
But yeah, no, that movie is on my top 5. I think it's in my best movies ever. I haven't rewatched it in a while.
Yeah.
That's one of those movies where I'm like, wow, like that's not even a movie; it's an experience. Like that blew my mind. So there is that movie.
Have you seen Velocipaster?
No, it's like that.
It's a Velociraptor pastor. It's exactly what it sounds like.
I don't know if it would get me. I don't know.
It's a good one.
There was that movie about the tire that had a sentient tire. Rubber.
Rubber's
Yeah.
fire. Rubber's fire.
That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah, the wackadoo concepts like that. I'm gonna have a couple.
But you need that shit. Yeah, it's fun. That's fun.
Dude.
That's a great indie movie right there.
I got a couple. We got a couple in the chamber. I can't spill. I mean, Gobblehead's up there. That's our Mickey Mouse at the moment.
What's the premise of Gobblehead?
So Gobblehead, there's 3 Gobbleheads. It's a trilogy.
Okay.
They're online. Gobblehead is the monster. I mean, massacre killer. He is. I don't know how to put it in these terms. It's a Thanksgiving slasher movie.
Okay.
So there's like a family and like you see the dynamic and all this stuff happen to each installment.
But Gobblehead, like, what is this monster? Like, what are we afraid of here?
It is. I don't really want to do it misjustice and explain. You just got to kind of see it. But
see it.
It is. He's an entity. He is a being. He's an unstoppable force that gobbles. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of puns. There's a lot of murder. There's a lot of blood. There's some boobs. There's some blood.
Yeah.
There's some music.
Yeah.
There's some people dying. It's Thanksgiving. There's turkey base. We have gravy. Lots of gravy.
This all the third film, or is this like all three?
All three busting. You know, we up the ante, man, each time. But yeah. The boys in Kino Crew did that. We did Cottonmouth too. We have one with a sock puppet.
Oh,
It's a pretty good one. Yeah. Making more. Got more in the chamber. I can't say too much about this one. It's coming up, but we got another one called Loads that'll be happening at some point. Got a few other projects, with the mains. But yeah, Kino, man, independent films.
How involved are you with Kino Crew then? Like,
so they mostly do it. My brother,
and your brother, his name is
Alex Perez.
Alex Perez, yeah.
And Josh Weitzel and Nathan Olker. Those are the three-headed monster that is Kino Crew. I help with like some of the marketing stuff, and I do the music. I bleed in some of the movies, and then sometimes when we do like little things where I'll run around conventions like dressed as like Gobblehead. I'll pull up to places as Gobblehead.
Hell yeah, dude! You're like the mascot.
We just happen to be there around the same weekend. You know, Gobblehead really shows his face, but yeah, he be popping out at these things.
It's great.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's good. It's a good old time, man. Make movies with your friends. You know?
Yeah,
we've been doing that since we were kids. You know, my brother's always been doing that. We've always been doing that. Grab a camcorder, grab a whatever. Get your friends to fucking spit some ketchup out on the ground, pretend you're killing them. It's always a good time, you know. We used to do it fucking MacBooks, chasing each other and shit. Doing the real deal Holyfield, man. So it's good. Yeah, it's good shit, man. More films on the way, for sure. El Gato eventually. We'll get El Gato out. It's a Lucha Libre character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a Lucha Libre movie.
How's what's like the general like? I mean, that's a fun idea, but like, how do you create like a hook for a movie like that? Like, what's the fun?
He's a cat. Well, it's like the old. I don't have the shirt with me now. I got something else, but I had a El Santo shirt I was wearing the other day that I got at a con. El Santo's like the OG Lucha Libre. You know, he was always like getting money to help the orphans and shit. And he's like, he had all. There's all these old exploitation movies about El Santo. So like, you know, you can see like El Santo and the Blue Demon and, you know, versus the vampire and shit like that. And it's always like things where they're fighting like monsters and stuff like that. But there's also the element of pro wrestling. So there's pro wrestling and then there's like the demons and vampires. It's all kinds of crazy stuff. But it's like at its core, it's an exploitation movie. So we're gonna have like our own version of that brewing, man, because those are just too fun not to. Exploitation movies and then some other stuff, some other tonal shifts. I'm gonna be helping Sean with Coconut Cruise too, apparently.
That's coming soon, right?
I don't. However it cooks up, I'm pretty sure they'll want to have a quicker turnaround this time.
I think I asked Sean Shaw when he was on Ruse Radio. I asked him, and I think he said they're gonna do it sooner. Like I think he said it before. I don't want to say something he didn't say, but I'm pretty sure like within a year. Folks, don't hold me to it, all right?
Hey, it could be, you know, you never know.
Ruse and Coconut Cruise? Mm-hmm.
Hey, Coconut Ruse.
Coconut Ruse.
Hey, never lose.
Coconut Ruse, never lose. Yeah, the one you choose.
But
for real, dude, like Coconut Cruise 2, Coconut Cruise 1. How long is the movie? How long is Coconut Cruise?
It's like 50-something minutes, 40 or 50-something minutes.
That's not bad.
So it's not like an hour and a half, but it's not like 10 minutes either. Like it's like a movie. It's
a feature.
Feature, yeah.
Yeah.
Playing it after some stand-up is definitely the move too. Probably do a couple more of those. I'm definitely gonna be producing more shows this year. We should definitely do a couple like shows of ours, like playing our music and shit.
Dude, thank you for saying that because something like a little birdie has been telling me in my brain, like I need to somehow find my way. Like I'm already basically doing all the things I'd have to do to produce the show. Like I already am interacting with all these comedians.
We got places already. It's like fuck it. There's so much dick sucking going around. It's all love to everybody, but there's so much like people like, please let me use your stage. Please let me use your stage. In every city where arts are happening, right?
Yeah,
so it's all about,
naturally, right?
So it's all about like fucking. We get our stage by any means necessary.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's why street performing is important. Yeah, I don't got no stage. Fucking street's my stage. I'll make $100 right here. Fuck you talking about?
Yeah,
but it's like all these things, and especially with you, I'm pretty sure you've had the bullshit with like bar venues or whatever. Like, oh yeah, you'll get this much fraction after you sell this many tickets. And it's like, oh well, if I'm selling the tickets and if I'm doing the promo, fuck, do I need this for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get so much of that kind of bullshit. So we're definitely gonna be involved more.
Well, that's why it's like you have to go. If that happens, you just go somewhere else, and because it shouldn't be pay to play. It shouldn't be like that. Like
It's
it
the
should
worst,
be win-win. It should be I win, you win.
And these younger guys don't know anything about when that shit's happening. Like, bro, if you're paying fucking $20 or $30 to perform, bro, you're getting scammed. People pay to perform regularly. Pay for this chance to open for this guy, but it's 30 of y'all. There's a waiting list, and you're paying this amount, and it's just tacky as fuck, bro. And there's so my thing is I just don't like when people are being used, especially younger people, because I like encouraging the younger dudes. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell them, hey, when you rap and actually rap and fucking turn the fucking record off with your vocal tracks. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit whack. I'd rather be helpful and tell them the truth than lie in their face.
Yeah, but you know what? Some people they don't want to hear it. They really don't want to hear it.
Hey man, I'm swag, man. I got 20 million on that song on TikTok. Fuck you talking about?
But like,
and I'm like, you're right. I'm broke. Fuck.
Yeah.
There's something great about like the fact that like a 12-year-old making a fart joke in their bedroom gets more views than SNL. Like the fact that the metric is that way, is great.
Yeah, well, you know what? It makes me think it's on both sides of the coin. Like I think that's how we started this whole conversation. Is like that. It's great that you have that opportunity. Like you still can, like even if you're upset that all this random bullshit gets popular, and it's obvious that's true. There's also the fact that you have the opportunity, like never before, to just put your thing on display, and you have the chance to get popular. You have a chance, or at least like whatever popular is to you. Like to me, even like when I get some comments on shit, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Like what else are you gonna do? Like you're gonna go to an open mic or something. Like you can post things. So even that's like a crazy.
I have direct correlation with whoever is over there.
Yeah.
In the ear, in the ethos.
Dude, even like think about like telephones, bro. You couldn't call people when they were over there like 100 years ago. You weren't calling everybody when they were over there. So now everything is everywhere, and that's a great thing, you know. But it's also like diluted everything in such a way where you have so much shit. And I think that's why so much bullshit rises to the top, because it's just, you know, like what can you do? It's oversaturated. Every market is oversaturated.
I saw a payphone yesterday, and it'd been fucking forever since I'd seen a payphone. And I was just looking at it, and I was like, fuck. Like, when's the last time you've used one of these? You know what I mean? And also, it kind of makes you think, like, since we're all available all the time, even when we're not available, it's like we're somewhat reachable because everyone could look at each other's names and activity and yada, yada, yada. Like, remember back when you used to look forward to a call?
Right.
Like, nowadays you do, but you know what I mean? So it'd be like, I'll call you at this time. But it was different back then where, like, you had to make sure you were at a place to get the call.
Mm-hmm. I remember having a home phone, like a phone at home that was like a phone you pick up that had voicemails on it.
Was your wireless, or did you have a cord?
It had a cord, yeah.
We're not a rotary, though, right? Did you guys ever have a
No.
rotary? We had a rotary in my fucking grandma's place, dude. That was crazy.
Those must have gotten out of fashion in like the 90s, right?
Early 90s, they still had. I mean, I was 95, but still they had ones from the early 90s that had the little wind up shit.
Yeah.
Fucking AOL. Remember AOL?
I do remember AOL.
Sound like a.
Yeah, and you have to, if you want to use the internet, that's what you have to hear.
Yeah, they hear that nonstop. Sound like Darius Stimmen.
That was like, yeah, and you felt lucky to have it. You're like, hell yeah, I have AOL.
And then you could, in like 2007, when you could do it on a phone for like 2 seconds and get like a very zoomed in thing of Google. Different time watching beheading videos. We were talking about beheading. Were you on Live Leak in like high school?
Oh yeah.
What was the big jam in y'all Live Leak?
The Two Guys One Hammer. That was one.
Which
for
one
me.
is that?
So with I think they had killed a cat before that, but it was like the guy was riding a bike, and it was an older gentleman, and they took him off of his bike. It was two Russian guys, and they took him off his bike and killed him with the hammer.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking. And it's like near a train or something like that, or no?
Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember that detail. Maybe
That's fucked.
but he was just riding his bike, you know. Yeah. I mean, it is fucked, yeah. What's even more fucked is like I'm 10 years old, like showing this to my best friend. Like, yo.
Just in a locker room. Look at that.
And that was, for me, that was like a thing to do, to show my friends. But yeah, that was the internet, man. Yeah, I was into that. I remember that, discovering rotten.org. On 4chan, you would see all kinds of things. Again, 4chan's not the same. Like, there's still gore threads, but they're not what they used to be. Those gore threads were crazy back in the day. I do remember them. Like, I saw people, like, getting their heads smashed with rocks, dude. I will never forget one of those videos.
Cannibal Holocaust style.
Dude, it was like, I remember, like, the video so vividly still. It's like the dude was laying there, and, like, they must have just got a big-ass fucking rock and just dropped it on his fucking head. And it's like a close-up 4K video, this fucking guy. And I remember, like, his head, like, kind of caved in for a second, and then just, shit just comes flying out of his mouth. And it's like, oh my God. Like, that's probably one of the worst things you could probably ever see. It was fucking...
Get brained.
Dude! Can you imagine getting literally stoned to death? Just, they drop a giant fucking rock on your head.
If they did it right, at least it would probably go one swing, but it probably didn't.
Exactly. There's no way that's going to happen perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. You're going to fucking suffer, dude.
Cartel. I remember getting, like, fake cartel messages before. Have you ever had that?
No.
I forgot how.
The cartel hit you up?
No, it would be like I get like some kind of scammer. Somehow something got my number where I got texted like pictures of like fucking people that were chainsawed up. Like they're fucking next to cut up. It was like, I'm from the cartel, bitch. You're going to deposit this money to this and this or we're going to kill you.
That's a hell of a scam.
I'm just like, all right.
Wow.
The fuck?
Probably so many elderly women who really thought they were being targeted.
Yeah, no, it's like they probably get old people with that all the time.
They're literally getting gore photos.
And
in their fucking
yeah,
texts.
and it's probably just like some 13-year-old white kid from like Oregon or something.
Like his mom asking why he used the credit card.
Yeah.
He's
He needs
getting
V-Bucks.
targeted.
This is how I get my V-Bucks. I down and resend gore photos of Colombian neckties. Well, that's the one where they pull the bow tie where they put the tongue out of the fucking neck hole or something.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like that. Maybe looking like the in Beetlejuice.
How do you
They
pull
the
it off?
faces
What do you
out.
do?
Isn't it like they fucking slit the throat and then like take the tongue and pull the tongue through the throat?
I think so.
Some shit like that.
Would you still be alive by the time they get the tongue there?
No, you'd be dead as hell. It's just like a stylistic choice.
Yeah.
It's just like to send a message. It's provocative. It gets the people going.
Yeah, it's what you got to do to entertain them. Yeah.
Yeah, the shit going on right now with the cartel, man. They're talking about waging a war and everything. Who knows? You know?
Where are they wanting to wage a war?
Like, I mean, technically how everything's going to shape up with, like, Mexico and everything. This motherfucker talking about the Gulf of America, bro. That shit's so crazy.
Yeah, now, is that like just the meme thing? Is that like, oh, we're going to do a bunch of other things, but I'm also going to throw this one out there because the people are going to talk about it?
It's always smoke and mirrors, man.
Yeah.
It's always like put 10 ideas out, actually do 2 of them.
Even if they do it, like, it's literally just to get people to talk about it. It's not like an actual thing that's going to matter.
And then he said, let's make Canada a state, you know?
He did say that,
Fucking take them over. Take them over and make Canada a state.
Canada's basically us. He just goes, we should actually just own all of that.
Well, the funny thing is, everyone in Canada owns a gun, but there's rarely ever a shooting.
Really?
So if they become a state, those will probably start.
Yeah. Their shooting rate will go up.
Yeah, because they'll be like, you're America now. And they'd be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it'll just instinctually come in.
That's how it works, I'm pretty sure. It's
To
part of our blood. Like, it's in our nature.
You feel me? And then... yeah, man, we could finally transmute this stuff, Toronto.
Yeah.
To 6.
Yep.
Drake.
Yeah.
Dude. The Super Bowl's about to happen.
Yep.
Super Bowl's in like a week.
And again, like, I think after we film this, or after this releases, the results will be out.
Of
Everybody
the
will
Super Bowl?
know. Yeah.
So
yeah.
we'll know whether or not he called him a pedophile. I mean, I think he's going to. It's technically going to be about to be the biggest song ever made. Did you see the numbers?
No.
It's like technically sold like 1 or 2 billion or something crazy.
Do you think, like,
gone
with
like
the lawsuits
diamond.
and all that, do you think that's all legitimate? Because that's the whole
Yeah.
thing Drake was trying to say. Is
Well,
it's
they
not legitimate.
self-snitched by doing that, didn't he?
How so?
Might be like, yo, I know they do this to boost the numbers. It's his record label.
Yeah, it's like, how
His
do you know
practice, Exactly. His practices. Plus, it's also like, dude, the fact that the beef sells, it also is believable that that's just the biggest thing.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it was great. I still remember when that song came out. I actually remember where I was. It's funny because I was on my way home from work. And I remember just seeing like, oh shit, Kendrick dropped again. Like, that's crazy. And I just remember listening to that song and thinking, oh wow, like this one's probably the one. And it definitely was. Because this was like 3 songs into that beef already. And just the concept of that beef alone, like, I always feel religiously about rap beefs. Like, you want them. It's so good for hip hop to have beef. Like, you want it. Like, the fact that even like comedy does roast battles, it's genius. Like, there's something about having 2 people talking shit to each other that gets everybody interested.
Get the best out of each other.
Yeah, and it brings the competition brings the best out of each other. Yeah,
and the way to win that is just be like pedophile. It really is the trump card because like
I feel the same way.
The comeback. What is the comeback to that?
That I knew you were gonna have that Epstein angle. That's what Drake goes. I knew you were gonna say that.
I fed that information. You know, nuh-uh.
I told you that.
Actually, you calling me that because I told you that. I spread misinfo about myself. So
because
really,
you're so predictable. I knew you would say that I do weird stuff with.
And then he called him short.
Yeah.
He called Kendrick short. He's like, oh yeah, well you're short.
Yep.
It's like, damn, they could have been a goddamn if he didn't have the receipts and the pedo thing. I was on a vacay for my cousin's wedding, and at the same time, my nephew was born. Bless my beautiful baby nephew. Last year, ironically enough, the firstborn, my niece, was on Star Trek Day. My brother-in-law is a huge Star Wars guy, so he was like, "What the fuck?" But the second baby was born on Star Wars Day, so that's what I'm saying. God did a little full circle right there.
Wow.
But we over there, and yeah, as I'm landing, the fucking Kendrick. One of the other ones, Euphoria, was like a day before that or something like that. And then I was catching up on the other ones. They're just like several happened that day. And then he made that Family Affairs shit or
Right.
the one that Drake made. I was listening. I was like, all right. And then I kept going. And when I got back, that's when I heard Not Like Us, and I was like, damn. Well, Drake had that. Remember, because here's how you know he won. Not only that, Drake had another song after Not Like Us. That one where he was like.
That's the Epstein angle one I was talking about,
Yeah,
right?
where he
The Heart Part 6, I think.
was that the one where he didn't understand the molestation song by Kendrick?
Yeah.
He misread what the song was like, what he was actually talking about.
Yeah.
And then he was like had like a 40-second outro. He was like, I just killed you. I had to he's like
no, that
hyping
wasn't
himself
that one.
up at the end of the song.
Yeah.
And then like Kendrick just never replied, and then his song became like the big thing that it is. Like it's being played at HBCUs and shit.
Because I think
crazy.
what makes Kendrick's song so good is that it even works like as a song. Like it's not just talking shit. Like it even works as just a song that's good. Like all of the Drake songs are a bit like too, I don't know, like maybe the second one. But like, because the thing was like, it's kind of hard to even do that. It's kind of hard to make like a party song as a diss track. It's kind of hard to pull that off. But that's really what Not Like Us
Like they
is.
never played Story of Adidon at parties, but that was a hard ass one.
Exactly.
Pusha T thing.
Yeah, like, and now I think about
Hiding
it,
a
it's probably
child.
one of it's probably the only big party rap diss song. There's probably not another example.
Dude, there's parts of like Africa that like barely have internet that know that song. They're, like,
That's
dancing.
crazy.
They're
dude.
like, Drake is a pedophile.
That's so fun. You know what though?
They're in Ghana. They're in Zimbabwe. They're in parts of the fucking Amazon right now that have been untouched by civilization for a decade. They're aware of who Drake is, and they know that he's a pedophile.
Yeah, they feel very strongly about Drake, and they maybe only saw a couple pictures and have heard this song. Like, but that's what's so funny about it is like that is the best way to stunt on another rapper is like just get everybody to hate you
Call him a
automatically.
pedophile. Well, and also beyond that, it's also like we have this thing now where obviously Drake dominated the 2010s. He's a hit maker.
Yep.
But now you have, all right, some people perceive him as that and some people don't. But it's like society has to ask, is this music good enough to excuse the allegation? Because, with R. Kelly, with so many other artists, people kind of knew for years, and they were like, well, yeah, I know this guy's weird, but I'm not going to not listen to this. I just got off of work. I'm trying to like pop bottles and get this shit bussin'. It's Friday. So they play Ignition Remix for like 20 more years, even though they knew he was a terrible person. It's kind of like that. Like the culture is kind of saying, is Hotline Bling worth it? Like, do I need to listen to Hotline Bling, God's Plan? I still feel like you still hear a good amount of them at the clubs, but there's definitely different reactions to where they went. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Oh yeah, he doesn't get the same love he used to. Drake does not get the same love he used to. It's permanently damaged him in a way, for sure.
They had that huge record label meeting. I remember reading about that last year where they're like losing money and like had a meeting about it.
No, I didn't hear, but that makes sense.
Yeah. Apparently it hurts your brand when people are calling you a pedophile and
no, you don't say.
You have to lock the comments and shit like that.
Because the thing is, like, I don't even know, like, in the end, how is it? It's just a Millie Bobby Brown text message thing, right?
It was a handful of things where he's like liking the Insta of like a chick who's like 16 and then going out with them a couple years later.
Oh, and that girl that was on stage.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things like that, you know what I'm saying? And he's not alone. I don't know. It's how do you diagnose things as a culture, but also point things out when you see them? I don't know.
Well, and dude, it's just crazy how over time, more and more things happen that just make it seem like it's some giant grand thing. Like you think it's just one thing happening, and then it's like, you know, Cat Williams comes out and says, "Oh no, like it's a whole bunch of people in this industry.
Wear the dress.
Yeah, like just some crazy thing, and then all of a sudden
They want me to wear the dress. I'm not gonna wear the dress,
dude. It's just crazy.
It's crazy because you hear that, and then you just realize, oh, wow, they really are trying to make every famous black dude wear a dress.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Maybe there's no coincidence. Maybe there is.
Dave Chappelle was saying that back in like. There's a clip in like the early thousands on Oprah, yeah, where he's saying they were trying to get me to do that. Yeah, which is like, so it's not like anything changed. It's just that someone's saying something about it again. Yeah.
It's a funny thing with that because also with that going along with like Menonism and like the red pill shit, you get so much of like every time there's a dude that shows a bit of femininity, they're like, look at the Illuminati cabal. And it's like also some dudes are just gay. Some dudes have all, you know, it's just also just that too.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're like, look at what they doing. Look at the messaging. It's like, it's just a gay dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Chill.
Some dudes just do gay shit.
Some dudes just be doing some gay shit. They, you know what I'm saying? They doing their gay shit.
One time Robin Williams dressed up as a cheerleader and like went out with a bunch of girls and did cheerleading.
Doubtfire style.
Doubtfire style. Which I mean, like you could call that, you could say that's like the liberals trying to tell you it's okay to be a woman, but also that's probably just Robin Williams just doing some gay shit. It's probably all it is.
I mean, he's the OG of it if you really think about it. Mm-hmm. Doubtfire is kind of like a trans analogy. You know what else is? The movie The Hot Chick with Rob Schneider.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it. It's kind of like an analogy for like genderless world stuff.
Or white chicks, maybe?
White chicks. White chicks is a fun one. With Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Terry Crews talking about quitting porn. Porn kills love. You ever seen that?
No.
He's got a shirt that says porn kills love. He's talking about how he had a porn addiction. He overcame it though, he says.
Good for him.
The willpower. Put the dick down.
Put the dick down.
Put the dick down. The dark gooning. The dark gooning, like Hunter Biden.
My friend just told me earlier on the phone before we did this podcast, he said there was a goonicide that happened recently. A man was caught gooning and he killed himself right afterwards.
Oh, the guy in the car?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's been a thing now. I saw there's some dumbass trolls that go to the spot and have been holding up pictures with him and be like, I can't goon. I can't goon.
Dude,
Say
no
his
way.
name. Goon but not forgotten.
Good but not forgotten on a sign.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know how to feel about that because on one end it's hilarious, but on the other end, like, bruh.
Well, he was a degenerate beating his meat to random people. Yeah.
Is that what it was? I don't know the full story.
He was like going through a drive-through with his dick out and like looking at the ladies and they're being weird and shit. And then he came back around and they grabbed that video of him with his face and then they made that viral. He got ID'd and he got humiliated because he has a wife and kid. And then he fucking killed himself.
Goon but not forgotten.
Goon but not forgotten.
Wow.
One you could say you didn't know if he was coming or going. Oh, whoa. Nah, but yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. Yeah, I would not recommend beating it in the drive-thru.
Probably not.
That's, you know.
Probably not the move. You can do it.
You could do it. It's not recommended. You could do it.
Physically.
If you were to, where would you do it? Where would be the best place to whack? What drive-thru would you whack off in?
Does it count like a drive-in? Like Sonic? Can I say Sonic?
Why Sonic?
Because I drive and I park. So I drive and I park anyway. Like they're expecting me to wait.
But that's not one where they come up to your door or nothing, right? You sit
That's
at
what I
the
mean.
window, yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, I got time. So while I'm waiting for them to come up to the door, you know, and then when I can keep checking, you know. But if it's like,
it'd be like a sneak thing. Like when they turn around, you'd be like,
yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna. It's disrespectful to just jerk it right in front of them. But if I was going to, and it was a drive-through, and I had to pick one.
you got to do it like Mario Kart, where you do drunk Mario Kart, so you got to beat it while the car's moving, but you just got to move the car slowly.
Okay. I could do that. I could pull it off. That's a little bit of multitasking, but that's not too bad. So if I'm doing that, and I want it to be memorable. See, I would say like, oh shit, dude. I'm gonna go with Starbucks.
Oh yeah, they do got drive-through sometimes.
Because I think, well, they usually do. A lot of them. Not around here, but like anywhere else.
There's ways you could get away with it if you're beating your meat in a Star Wars parking lot, a Starbucks drive-through.
I think you just have to like properly weasel your way around. You know,
If you're just going
a big
through
jacket, maybe.
a big jacket. If you're going through the Starbucks drive-through and you feel the urge to whack your meat like the Dark Gooner that passed away, if you try to do something like that, like the way you could get away with it is if in the middle of doing it before you climax, you just go, Israel has a right to defend itself.
Yeah.
And then Starbucks just like they'll bow to you. They'll let you say that.
It's like when there's somebody's like a secret. What do you call that? When it's like a sleeper agent. It's like if you had sleeper agents and there was a certain phrase you have to use in order to activate it. You just pop that out there.
MK Ultra, just like Sibyllus, activate.
And if you don't believe us, just try doing exactly what we're describing to you. Try pulling this off. Because I've done it a couple times, and it works every single time.
I used to go to fucking Starbucks on some retard shit and like order a drink and make my name Jeff. And then when they'd call me, I'd be like, my name Jeff. Very stupid. I did that a couple times, and I just give them different names, but it wasn't my name.
Yeah.
So
When they ask me for names, sometimes I can't come up with something good on the spot. One I like using is Garfield. I think Garfield's a funny name to give people when they ask, because it's just fake enough. Like you would believe that someone's name could be Garfield, but it also sounds ridiculous at the same time.
Now Garfield has some erotic fiction too.
Like that's some Rule 34 type shit.
Yeah. Like him talking about Mondays, but he pregnant.
I don't know if I want to even take a peek at that. Like that's one of those things that I'm curious like what it would be, but just one look and I'd probably be etched into my mind forever.
That lasagna see.
Yeah. You've seen this. It sounds like you've had experience.
I've seen a lot of weird shit. I don't always voluntarily look it up. Sometimes it just gets up. Somebody pulls it up to me.
It arrives.
It has arrived. There is this lady that used to go around Wicker Park all the time. God bless her. I haven't seen her in a while, but I think the homie Ghetto Art, I know he runs around a lot, and somebody related to him, she does art and stuff all over Chicago. She did like drawings and crayons of like SpongeBob eating ass. And I gave her a 21 time for one, and I had it in my room for the longest time. But yeah, there's all kind of SpongeBob hentai and shit like that. It's just funny.
Pay for it?
Yeah, I just thought it was funny. She was like, "This is a picture of SpongeBob eating ass, and here's SpongeBob eating ass over here."
Hand drawn.
Yeah, hand drawn. She's really, really amazing. And I had that for a while just because it was funny.
You don't still have these though.
I'd have to look. I think it might be my storage space. I got a storage space I got to go through. You know how it be. You know what I'm saying? Got too much shit. We're in America. We got too much shit. Don't got enough space.
Yeah.
I need my space, like Tom from MySpace.
Yeah.
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill is a pretty decent show.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that entirely for a while. Mike Judge. I saw Mike Judge has some new show about NPR or something like that. They moved it, I think, to Adult Swim. It was on Peacock. Nobody really watches Peacock, though, huh?
No. I mean, the whole streaming service thing, I think Peacock's probably behind. I think probably Netflix still on top, and then maybe I don't know where Peacock stands in that.
You think Alec Baldwin shot that woman on purpose?
Obviously, dude. Obviously. I mean, why else would that happen? He probably had a vendetta, and he just knew the perfect way to cover it up. Yeah, I mean, obviously. I don't see how you could look at that situation and think anything else.
It's crazy because they're going to trial about it now and everything. Do you see, you know who Famous Richard is?
No.
He's like from Chicago, and he just like went up to Alec Baldwin. He's like, "You got your pipe on you?" Funny as fuck. You just watch Alec Baldwin get frustrated. On King David, he yells on King David. It's pretty funny. Alec Baldwin, he's a crazy kook. He's got a lot of brothers.
Is it not just one?
Stephen Baldwin. No, Billy Baldwin. There's so many Baldwins, bro.
I didn't know that. There's more than two.
There's more than you feed them after midnight. You get water on them. They just multiply, man.
I don't know. I don't know if you'd ever want to be like the less famous relative. I'd feel bad for all the other Baldwins except Alec, right?
Like the Wahlbergs.
Yeah.
Like Donnie and shit.
Exactly.
He's New Kids on the Block, though.
They could do a thing, yeah.
Dude, Mark Wahlberg blinded a Vietnamese guy in the 80s. You ever hear about that one?
I've heard about it. Yeah, that was back when he was still saying racist shit too, if I remember correctly. Like he was still like you could easily look at like his record and when that happened. Or wait, no, that was before he got popular, right?
Yeah, I think it was before Good Vibrations and shit.
Exactly. So it was like he was saying that stuff and that happened.
Did you ever see his quote about 9/11 too?
No.
He's like, if I was in that cabin, if I was on that flight, something definitely would have happened. There would have been a lot of blood in that cabin. I'll tell you that. It wouldn't have went down like that.
He's a hero, man.
He talks the same in every movie. Hey, I'm not that kind of guy. It's not going to go down like that.
Wow. Yeah, he is just that, right?
What are you saying? What are you trying to say? I was watching that. He has that new one with Halle Berry. It's so fucking bad.
What is it?
They had some movie on Netflix. I feel like it was written by fucking AI. It's called like The Association or some shit like that. I watched it with my parents just to watch a movie with my parents, but fuck, it was so fucking bad.
Marky Mark.
I mean, it made money clearly, but it's like that's why I believe AI's been out here. I listen to half this music. I see these movies. I'm like, there's no fucking way a human being wrote this shit. Talk about how soulless some shit is nowadays.
Yeah.
Just like fuck, man.
Or at least like AI, people are using AI to help them write shit and then barely doing any of the work after
Editing some after.
Because like I think there's ways you can use AI. Like there are ways
to use fuck around
and find something. Yeah, like I've like put on there like give me a concept for a song based on like this particular topic, and it'll come up with a bunch. If you phrase it right, it can come up with things. But you don't let it write it for you. Like I did that at least with like essays. I would say, give me a bunch of books and shit I can look up surrounding this topic, and like give me a way I could structure an essay that's basically about this, and then it would give me a bunch of different ideas for an essay. But don't let it write the essay. And that's the problem is people just let it become a crutch. So of course the question is, was it like writing this shit before we even knew about it? Like, did we have fucking AI writing these Disney movies back in 2016? Because maybe. I mean, it's been pretty generic for a while.
What was even in 20s, the fucking real life of Beauty and the Beast? Like, what was the big thing in 2016? Like,
I don't know.
He's been doing this real life shit for a minute.
All of these, these live action adaptation things, and then those all feel so predictable, and not even in good ways. Yeah, it's all soulless. Like why would like the Lion King things? Like, why are they doing this?
Did you see Sean Shaw's Little Mermaid bit?
No.
Oh, I can't do it justice.
No.
He had a bit. I'll tell you because we were in we were doing these DIY shows in this backyard. Shout out to this homie Tori. He was doing these backyard shows a couple years ago, and I was like rapping him and shit. And like Sean came with, and I was like, "Hey, get him signed up, have him do a comedy set." It was raining outside profusely, but we kept the show going. People were just hanging like in a garage away from the stage, but still watching the show. And Sean's doing some bit where he's talking about the Little Mermaid, and he's like, "Now they made the Little Mermaid black. What black woman want to get their hair what?" He's like riffing about it, but it's also raining because look at them all right over there hiding. None of them want to get their hair wet. He's just like riffing and he's killing it. It's fucking hilarious. Sean Shaw, the wild man, the infamous Sean Shaw.
Infamous for a reason.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. As far as Disney goes, now you got the new Snow White, and she's just like fucking patriarchy. It's a weird thing to have people that inherently. It's like we were talking about people that make hip hop that don't care about hip hop. Putting people in positions of power that inherently resent the source material at least for art's sake, is crazy.
Well, I was just
We keep doing that.
just a couple episodes ago. I had Jack Woods on this program, and we were talking about because he's a big Star Wars guy, and that's exactly what I was saying about Star Wars. Is like it's just so sad that like the truth of it is you have a bunch of people who come in and they just co-opt this entire thing that so many people care about into some bullshit just to make money. And if you had the fans of the source material come and help you with this, it could have been so good.
Have you watched Andor though?
I've heard good things about these shows. Yeah, that's what he was saying
just
too.
some good shows.
Yes, I've heard that. But like in the initial 3 films they dropped, such a fumble.
I think Force Awakens was fun. Last Jedi, I don't hot take. I thought it was a good movie.
Okay,
Like objectively, is a good movie. Like there's some corny shit in it. Laura Dern is like the BuzzFeed writer lady, and you know, some of the other shit was a little goofy and out there, but minus like 20 minutes, it's not too bad. You know what I'm saying? That last one, terrible. That Rise of Skywalker, I was so mad in the theaters for that shit. C-3PO's dead. Oh, he's not really dead. Ah, fuck me then. Fuck me for caring. Like the whole thing was goofy as shit. And like the crazy thing was, like with all the complaints, like you talk about 4chan and message boards, like the harassment that everyone got after Last Jedi, and then them changing to atone to those people was crazy.
yeah.
Because it's like, oh shit, yo, fucking Pepe profile pics were harassing us. What would they like? Oh, they like fucking Palpatine memes. We're gonna throw Palpatine in this shit now. You know what I'm saying? Like it was goofy, man. I don't know. That was the worst. But some of the shows are decent. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Mando. I like The Mandalorian. It was decent. It overstayed its welcome. I think the season 2 finale would have been a perfect send off. But it's all still fun. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I don't fucking know. I haven't been to the theme park yet. My girl went. I gotta check that shit out.
I think that's another thing that he had mentioned to me. Is it at Disney World?
Yeah.
He was telling me he went to Disney World. He went straight to the theme park. That's what he was telling me. He liked it.
You could chill in the cantina and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Chill with Jabba and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, that looks raw. I haven't been in nothing like that in a minute. Fucking, yeah, man, Harrison Ford. He's still alive and shit.
Yeah.
He be
I heard the new
bugging out.
Indiana Jones was not that great, though.
I did not see it. I should. It's got to be better than, I don't know, maybe Crystal Skull probably aged decently. I remember everyone hated it because Shia LaBeouf's in it.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf, man, he's, you know, shout out Shia LaBeouf. Man.
I like Shia LaBeouf.
I like Shia LaBeouf too, dude. People be too hard on my mans.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a little out there. I mean, talk about more message board shit. Remember with his shit?
4chan.
That He Will Not Divide Us.
He has a serious rivalry with 4chan.
I mean, all the message board peoples that was hacking his stream. Yeah, he was doing some experimental stuff at that time with the getting the sensors. I remember he was at South by Southwest and he had like a live stream of his heart rate. So like when he's turning up, you could see his heart rate going up and shit. It's an interesting character.
I like that. But yeah, see, like I feel like people like him though, you need people. It's just like even though he's like kind of like a raw guy. Like I feel like he's gonna have some controversy that surrounds him naturally because he's a raw dude. Like and I think that's why they teased him. Like I think they knew that he was not gonna take that well. It's just something that 4chan knew when they were fucking with him. They knew that they practically stalked the guy.
When they found the location on top of the cabin.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, like Shia LaBeouf, he did play into it, but he's like just the right amount of unhinged, like to where his art is great. It's actually fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, like fucking just do it, dude. Just do it. That was a serious moment.
I remember
in my
Even
life.
Stevens, man. I was big on Even Stevens as a kid.
Yeah.
When he was the fucking brother in it with the Hawaiian shirts and shit.
Well, that's his like debut, right? That's really where it all starts.
He was on Freaks and Geeks.
What?
An early episode of Freaks and Geeks. He was like the mascot
Oh, I forgot about
for
that.
like 2 seconds.
Still though, yeah, that's probably where it all starts. Freaks and Geeks in 2 seconds of Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, dude.
And that's another thing, right? Because they're like, oh, he be slapping the ladies around or something. Like, well, when is someone's debt paid? I guess that's the big thing.
No, that's how I feel about everything, though. Is like that's why it's so confusing to me. I don't understand how it's supposed
Like
to
somebody
work.
that robs the innocents, like, all right, you're a rapist, you're a pedophile, a murderer. Somebody does that, okay, sure, but yeah.
Well, just because, like, in my mind, what the stories are of, like, Jesus and of any religion is, like, finding forgiveness and finding redemption and finding good through the evil of the world, the natural evil. And so if that's what we're going to say, is that it's all a battle between good and evil, and that's what most of these stories boil down to. That wouldn't that battle exist within you? And then when you do bad things, don't you have to come to a better place and get better? And so that's how I feel about all those things. Like with cancel culture, it's like, even if cancel culture isn't real, it is real that people feel that way. That people feel like if someone does one bad thing, it can affect them forever. That's definitely real, which is just such a weird way to think about things. If you want a world where everybody does get better and does grow,
we have
and
such like a Western way of looking at like good and bad. It has to be like one or the other. Like two things could be true.
Exactly.
People died because of COVID. People also used it to make a lot of money. Like there's multiple, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no left and right, up
Well, and I
down,
think
like,
that gets taken advantage of. Like, I think when that's the reality, when like it becomes so one or the other, then you can't even have a conversation about the problems that have arisen from such a situation because they've already divided you into two camps before you even realized what was happening.
You feel me? That's why the only party that really matters is your birthday party. You know what I'm saying? You get the birthday going. You get some root beer. Gotta have that root beer.
Yeah.
Gotta have that root beer.
Yeah,
Gotta
man.
have that root beer. No, yeah, man. It's a shitload of fuck, man. And how do we maintain in a world that's swirling around in this universe like this, man? We keep the dirty raps going. We keep the hip hoppities going. Keep the real grimy shit going, man. Men of True Grit. You ever seen the movie True Grit?
No, but it's like what, like mid-thousands?
They did there was the OG one in the '60s with John Wayne ass, and then they did a new one with Jeff Bridges, in like 2000s.
I've seen it on Netflix. I passed by it, but I haven't watched it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's good. Like a cowboy type of movie.
Yeah, it's like cat and mouse, like revenge kind of story, kind of shit.
Yeah,
it's a good one. It's a good one.
but we need to keep that true grit, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we need to keep that true grit, man. You got to keep biting these tracks, foot up on their neck. 2025, keeping the vibrations high. Amongst other things. I mean, like, yeah, man. Sometimes somebody got to get smacked in their face. You know what I mean? It's got to know when and where to do it, what the location is. Power slap. You ever thought about going to power slap? I got a big ass hand. Sometimes I think about it, but then the last I was looking up, I was trying to see how much they get paid. I said they don't get paid that much. I was like, man, if I'm risking CTE, I got to get at least like something decent.
Yeah.
Give me like a ballpark of 10 to 20,000. Even though that's not shit. I was like, if I could pay my rent off of like getting, because I know I'll win at least a handful of the shits.
You got a really good hand for slapping.
I got a big hand, man. I can slap. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, like, yeah, what's crazy about it is that means those guys are doing it for the passion of the sport. Like,
the love of the game.
Yeah. Like,
they be blowing up. Their heads be blowing up and shit.
Just a couple of those would fuck you up.
You ever watch that show, Power Slap?
Yeah.
It'd be fire.
I'm amazed that they do it, though. Like, it's actually, like, it's the limits of the human experience. Like,
could you imagine like getting slapped like that? And, like,
no,
some dude just standing over you like, "What's up, bitch?" And just like forever, you have voidy video of you getting slapped on the internet.
I definitely can't imagine it, dude.
You can't have kids or anything.
No, I just like
your kid is just getting people at school or just memeing their dad getting slapped. You can't do that. No, because you wouldn't even be the same dad by a year of the competitions, man. Like, there's no way you get out. That's worse than being a boxer. That's worse than every sport. Like, it's literally direct head to hand every time. I never really thought about how dangerous that is. Boxing is so dead. You want to talk about dead sports and fucking MLMs and shit?
Didn't it just get announced, or was I getting trolled? Is it Jake Paul versus Logan Paul now? I swear to God, I saw that.
I don't know, probably.
Dude.
Fucking throw Mike Tyson in there again.
Have it be a triple
fucking
threat.
Let the Hawk to a girl, fucking special guest referee.
That's how you know boxing is dead, though.
Yeah, get fucking color commentary by the Rizzler.
Whoa.
Fucking Baby Gronk.
Mm-hmm.
Sneeko, Kai Cenat.
bring it back?
Fucking, I don't fucking know, man. It's such a joke boxing right now, because it's like, dude, I don't know. It's like all this LeBron ass kind of behavior, you know. We all know LeBron's a bitch, but it's like the whole thing with like when you're at that level where you're like Hammer Mayweather, to where the way they move around changes everything. You know, oh, the stadium's going to be like this. You know, they every last part of everything. They control the refs, control the this, control the marketing, control the this. Like, it's just no bueno, man. It's no bueno. Even with football, I mean, we just saw the bullshit with the Chiefs. You saw several of those plays for them to win and get into the Super Bowl. Of course, yeah, great team, they can't beat them. But there's the fucking catch that, you know, that catch earlier in the game. There's that hit the ground. There was a first down that the Bills got that got called back. Like, there's just so many fucky shit. And, you know, you see these reports of these referees. And what I'm saying is these referees have addresses and families. And you can be found and located. You know, I'm not saying anything should happen to them. I'm just saying, you know, if you were like a Buffalo Bills fan and you're upset about what happened, you could really take the matter in your own hands.
Yeah, yeah. And he's not saying you should. He's saying you could.
I'm just saying it's an option.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a good option. I'm just saying be the change you want to see in the world.
Mm-hmm. Because we got to get this fakeness out of the sports. We got to get whatever this is out of here.
You know, and as a Bears fan, this shit's sad enough over here. You know, I'm ready to crash out every other moment. I just want more than, can we get more than 5 wins? Damn.
No, I think the answer is no.
We got the new coach and we got new coaching staff. And I saw we got the guys coming from the Lions, so at least that'll be cool. The Lions had a pretty good season this year, so something worthwhile, get something swinging in the right motion. But you know, they just really don't give a shit. You need a jolt to make them give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
So remember, they have addresses, they have names.
I'm telling you, they all have a grandmother that goes to church somewhere. You know, when it comes to this. And this goes for front offices of sports teams, too. If you are somebody that lives in Ohio or somebody that lives in the state and this is your world and all you care about is sports statistics, and you're just like, damn, even if you don't care about the team, even if they're just like on your fantasy team and they like fucked your money up or fucked your parlay up, and you're like, man, I got to get my lick back. You can do that. You know, we live in a country now.
We live in a society.
We live in a society. One would say that we do, in fact, live in a society. You want to hear another joke, Murray? You want to hear another joke? No, but what's it called, man? Did you see Joker 2?
No. And I don't even know if I'm like, it makes me conflicted because I know it's bad and I know I should just not like it, but I also haven't seen it, so I don't know if I should even have an opinion. But it does seem like something I would hate. It seems like something I would absolutely hate. I remember when it was announced that they said like there's going to be a musical sequel, and I just thought that's a terrible idea. As soon as they announced it, I thought that's probably going to go so badly. But it went worse than I'd even thought.
I have yet to see it. I mean, the first one was okay.
I wasn't a big fan of the first one even.
He was a great performance, objectively great performance in it. They can't deny that. But yeah, it just, you know, repackaged by a taxi driver. I mean, nothing too amazing. It was Martin Scorsese, oddly enough, produced the movie.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like that. I mean, might as well after it's like most of the stuff from Taxi Driver in it. I don't know, man. The incel movie. I remember there was all the warning about it being like the incel movie, and everyone thought there'd be like violence at the screening. Then nothing happened, and then there was a stabbing at Frozen 2. Do you remember this? This
The
was like
diversion.
this was for real. This was like a thing. There's all these critics not even wanting to review it, and people that like were voting for the Academy didn't even watch it, and they said they weren't going to because they felt they would be promoting some shit negative. And then Frozen 2 had a stabbing.
Wow.
At a screening.
It's just so silly that it would be called the incel movie. It's really not.
I mean, it is Black Panther for incels.
Yeah.
They see that shit and they're like, that's their Wakanda. It's on the ground after getting jumped by some YNs.
But I don't think they're going out and
Some
doing
youths.
any worse incel activities than they were going to do previously, you know?
Oh, no.
It's not dangerous to have Joker.
Yeah, no.
Be all right.
They're not getting emboldened by that.
No.
If there's really a thing that's emboldening them to move and make action right now, what would it be? I mean, that's somebody. Everyone forgets that Trump was anti-video game for that 1 minute. Remember that?
I forgot. No,
He
he
was
said
just
video games are bad. Let's get rid of
Cause
Call of
violence.
Duty.
Yeah, he did
I
that.
think I do vaguely remember.
Did that for like a couple weeks, and then he was like, "Oh fuck my base." Forgets that the whole thesis of his movement is guys that want to say the N-word on Xbox Live.
Yeah. You can't take the Xbox Live away. That's gonna
Or
fuck
that.
him up. Yeah, or that. You can't take either.
Yeah. But that's part of their whole game, you know. And yeah, no, it's crazy, man. You know what games we were talking about? Did you ever play Lord of the Rings games?
No, but they were pretty popular. Like, you talking like the PS2 ones?
And GameCube, yeah.
Yeah, I remember a friend had one, but I never played them, and it seemed like it was intriguing to me it even existed.
Two Towers game was pretty fucking fire.
What was
a
like?
good era.
What'd you even do in the game? What would kind of?
It's like you doing the missions like from the movie, but you got the characters, so you got Aragon and stuff.
So it's kind of like scene by scene, like you're playing out the movie.
Yeah, but with some extra stuff and then some stuff from the books and all that.
Very
Did you watch
cool.
the cartoons, bro? The Hobbit cartoons and
No,
shit?
honestly, I haven't even seen Lord of the
No.
Rings.
Real talk? Never seen. Damn.
But it's an experience like waiting for me because I
Yeah,
know it's
yeah.
good. Like my mom loved those movies. Everybody likes those
Whenever
movies.
someone says they haven't seen like that or Star Wars or like a big trilogy, I'm like, I wish I could watch that for the first time again.
I watched Star Wars for the first time like 2 years ago, dude, and that was a
That's crazy.
trip.
For the OG trilogy?
And it's like, it's crazy because I feel like doing it that way, it made it so I could view the sequels objectively. Because I have to imagine that when the sequels came out, people were easily swayed by this. Like, it was like Star Wars had been away for so long, and now we're finally returning to Star Wars. It was advertised as it's going to be different than the prequels. It's going to be a return to like what the original movies were like. So everybody was so excited. So like watching them at all just back to back over the course of a couple days is so different than waiting so many years and and it made me not have that emotional attachment. I just hated the sequels. But I can see how if you liked Star Wars when they came out.
How about the prequels though? What is your?
Oh yeah, I like those.
Fire, right?
I actually like those. Yeah, but that's again, you see them all in succession. It's actually a lot better of a way to watch them.
Yeah.
Because
in
prequels.
story order.
Exactly. Like if you were to
that's
watch it over the
crazy.
course of a few years, and this is again like the gap between the movies. Like,
Yeah.
This was so long after the first trilogy. So now George Lucas is coming back and making more Star Wars. Everybody's thinking it's going to be the same, and it's so different.
In the sequel, prequel trilogy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always think chronologically. I think release order. That's how I think of it.
Oh, that's what you meant. No, I watched 4, 5, 6, and then I watched 1, 2, 3. I watched the prequels after.
Release
You mean
order,
chronologically? Yeah, that's how I did
yeah.
it. Rather than what would you call it, numerical order?
Yeah. Story order and shit. Fucking episode 1, dude.
Episode 1 is
George Lucas.
Controversial.
That's
Phantom
so
Menace,
funny.
right?
Yeah. The one where there's those trade aliens that look like people from a certain background. And then there's that guy, that one alien, that bug alien that flies around that looks like people of a certain background.
Hey, Samuel L. Jackson has a purple lightsaber, all right?
Sammy Jammies goes hard in it. Second one, Geonosis. Yeah, man, those movies are fucking amazing, dude.
And I think they're better now than they were when they even... Like, obviously, they had bad critical reception, but I think they aged pretty well.
Oh, dude, yeah. And also, like, first, like, big digital movie. People forget, like, I think the second one was.
No way, really?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
big digital,
There's a
like,
lot
to
of
the visual effects.
Yeah. There's a lot of, like, technological leaps that they did for those prequels that people don't give it the credit for because they get caught up in
The minutia of, like, the
fucking-
fact that it doesn't look perfect.
the man-child bullshit. At the end of the day, it's the stuff that's made for family and kids.
Yeah.
So when it is, like, grown 50-year-old men just be like,
Yeah.
like, calm down.
You do...
that
There
serious.
are a lot of Star Wars man children, to be fair.
It's rage bait. It's easy to make rage bait. You know what I'm saying? If you were to be like, this is woke Star Wars, terrible, and you just upload that on YouTube, easy, like, 100,000 views if you know what you're doing with it.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn, bruh. I don't know, pop culture debate, stuff like that. We got our own opinions.
Yeah.
I mean, we know the reality is good, bad. You seen the bad news Star Trek too, right?
No, but
They-
it's bad.
They wokeified Star Trek too, and like did a whole thing where it's like a female crew, and they like cuck Spock. Spock gets like cucked out.
No, I didn't.
They like this chick goes up to him and goes, on your knees. And like he literally gets on like it's just like little like dominate like all the guys in there like bumbling and like dropping stuff.
Yeah. I don't understand how like that becomes so Like I understand why you would want to start doing that, but I don't understand how it becomes everything, dude. Like because there. I remember when Ghostbusters 2016 came out, and that was a big thing because it was a girl. It was obviously girl Ghostbusters.
What's going on?
But
Remember the video of Trump.
yeah. I do.
They got Indiana Jones with no Harrison Ford. You can't do that. And now Ghostbusters with women. What's going on?
But the way the movie script is written, all the dudes are idiots. That's the thing about the movie that's kind of like, okay, well, really though? Like that's how they write it. It's like all the dudes are idiots and all the women are. And it's just like, that's, to me, it's not even about the fact that they're doing that. Like, who cares? It's the fact that you're not making a good story. Just make the good Ghostbusters movie. Yeah. Just make the movie we all want to see. Like, you don't have to do all this extra shit.
Did you watch all the new Paul Rudd ones?
No, but are they good?
I haven't seen them.
I haven't seen them, but I'm so, dude, I know how fucking all this shit is, where it's like, they're probably just, again, like I said before, like it's IP. They have the IP. They want to keep making money off Ghostbusters. How do you justify that? And so maybe it's a good movie, or maybe it's just a movie to keep the Ghostbusters thing going. I don't know. I didn't see any of them, so I don't want to say definitively. The same thing about Jurassic Park with all this Jurassic
They should make a new
World.
Ghostbusters where Slimer's that guy that was jerking off in that parking lot.
Ooh.
In that drive-through.
Yeah. Do it like that, like combine real life shit. Like so have it like a guy's jerking off in a drive-through, and then like when he ejaculates, his like the ghost of his semen somehow you gotta connect it. Like
you gotta like clean it up.
Yeah,
You gotta,
yeah.
like, vacuum it.
Yeah, something that like makes it like you gotta make it dramatic though. Like I don't understand how we could really escalate the
ghost of the guy that jerked off in that drive-thru is like, you'll find out where the treasure is. Oh. Now there's a treasure.
Yes. And then there's people protesting, and there's people trying to find the treasure, and like the treasure is buried under there or something. And the Ghostbusters show up, and they're all women, and one of them is Asian. And it's like what they're gonna do is they're gonna, I don't know, what could they do?
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yeah, that would be like the tagline of the movie right there. Yeah, it would be like what she'd say in the trailer. Dude, I like this. I like that concept a lot.
And see, I didn't do a racist voice there. I did a Discord voice. I ain't afraid of no voice.
Yeah.
Should have afraid. She's an Asian girl with autism.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to edit a fedora on you when you say that, so that way we'll know exactly what's happening.
Tips the hat. Yes, ma'am. Reddit, Discord, atheist, core.
Yeah, dude.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, the universe. Universe doesn't care. No, man, I'll tell you what. Soon enough in the near future, we'll have there will be another good movie that comes out that stars Mel Gibson. There's new Mel Gibson movies coming out now. Mel Gibson got a new movie coming out.
Really?
He's got one with Mark Wahlberg. Where Mark Wahlberg has a bad hairline and he's like flying a plane.
No, what's it called?
Flight Risk.
Oh, I did see that. I did see whatever it was, the poster.
Previews,
yeah.
That shit looks fire.
Yeah, okay.
It's good to see Mel back out here, man.
Mel's been out here though, right? He never really went away, did he?
It's early 2010s. There was a tampering for a minute.
Yeah, with the phone call, with the message thing.
Yeah, all those things. Yeah, hey, he's a crazy boy, wild and crazy boy.
But hey. Ain't that the goal? To be able to say something crazy over the phone, take a little vacation, and come right back and get back on.
And also, like, he said some terrible stuff, but like she was baiting him so bad in that call. If you ever listen to the call, how can you say these things? And he's just like coked out with like a rage boner, like fuck you. And she's like, why are you being mean to me? Like clearly, I don't know. Who knows what was going on there? You know what I mean? Did you ever listen to the one where he's yelling at the guy about the screenplay?
No, I didn't know there's more than one, to be honest.
I gotta show you just at least this one real quick. Mad Mel, he was there, so there was doing a movie.
Mad Mel.
They were doing a movie called Brave. They're gonna do like a thing that was called like Jewish Braveheart or something like that, and it's like a spiritual sequel to Braveheart, but it was like it had stuff that I don't know the full context. They break it down in this news clip, but you hear him screaming at the fucking writers,
has been caught out during another
and it's the funniest shit.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to say?
Hold on.
You know. Gibson ranting at screenwriter Joe Esterhaus last year in Mel's Costa Rica home, losing it over a failed project dubbed The Jewish Braveheart Joe's terrified son was recording. Esterhaus blamed Gibson when the script bombed, branding him an anti-Semitic loon who called Jewish people oven dodgers, threatened to kill then-partner Oksana Grigorieva, and show his young son degrading pornography. When Mel denied it, he published the tape. Mel apologised for the outburst, but it's not the first.
Okay, you get the idea. But yeah, that's always a funny ass one. So sometimes me and my buddies that know that video would be like, "Who wants to eat? Who the fuck wants to eat?" So funny, dude. Mad Mel is so funny. And like the way they listed everything off of like all the shit he was wrapped up in.
How much was it though? Was
Crazy.
it like more than just those couple things? Was it?
It
a
was
lot?
those two instances, but I mean, like apparently he had a hot temper for a while.
Yeah. Maybe, who knows what Mad Mel was going through? Who knows? What gets you to that point where you're just fucking blowing up? And it makes me wonder, like, is it just like the actors are crazy? Because like actors have outbursts. Like it's a known thing that happens. So
All
it makes me
actors
wonder.
Are kind of I mean, you have to be able to press that button.
Exactly.
So
It's that same craziness. Yeah.
I was teaching myself how to do that when I was like heavy into theater class stuff of like glass menagerie shit, like John Malkovich, like teaching myself how to make a teardrop and stuff like that. So I learned how to like certain tricks of the trade. But people that just are engaged in that normally, yeah, you have to be a psychopath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just multiple facets. I don't know, man. But yeah, acting. They just put the Oscar list out. Did you see any of that shit? Same. I barely seen anything.
I don't know how I feel. Like I don't even like all these award shows. The only one I've ever really cared about is a People's Choice. Because if you do it where it's people voting, or like the at least like the people,
Democracy.
yeah, there's got to be some way. Like we can't just have random ass people picking who wins. Because then what's the point? I think that's why people don't pay attention to it. I really think that's what it is. Like if you were to advertise it as like you can make these people win, you'd probably get a lot of people tuning in. But I don't know. That's what I think. Because it's like, it's just industry people. It's a circle jerk. That's really how it comes off. And that's what it is.
Yeah,
really.
Will Smith had to crash out for people to watch it again. Before that, it was like viewership of like 200,000 or something, low as fuck for that time of of television. For prime time.
And that's
television.
what they need.
You get streamer kids that get like higher numbers on their shit. That's the funny part. But yeah, I don't know. With all that stuff with the Oscars, I mean, yeah, we know what it is. We know it's politics, man. Politics. It's just so funny watching like the reckoning of everything happening with geopolitics and with all this stuff.
The reckoning.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
It makes one wonder, like, how does it move from here, Is there retribution?
I mean, I don't know, man. God's got a sense of humor, that's for sure. What I say, we make plans and God laughs. That's for certain. So you prepare for the worst, pray for the best. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third, whatever's going to happen in this country, in this world. At the end of the day, I think we're going to be okay. I know I got papers. I was born here. So at least I know that. All my people from Puerto Rico, like, we're all good and everything like that. I be checking around. And did you see Dr. Phil doing fucking ice raids, dude?
I heard about that.
There's videos of him like, so you're a pedophile. And he's just walking up to like some Salvadorian guy or some shit. And he's just like walking up saying that. And the guy's like, Dr. Phil, can I get a picture of Dr. Phil? No, you're a pedophile. And it's just like,
Get in the van.
Yeah, quite literally. He's just there with the borders are. It's the weirdest timeline, man.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine like Judge Mathis, Supreme Court or something. That's like the timeline we're in. It's too bad all this stuff happened with Ye a couple years ago. He probably would have been in the administration right now.
I still got a chance. He's still got a chance. Problem is he tried to compete. If he had never tried to compete and he would have just kept it, but he tried to run against Trump. I think he probably got on Trump's bad side.
Probably would have been
that.
the head of like urban development or something like that, building houses or, you know what I'm saying, something crazy right now.
I don't know.
But regardless, Boley, album of the year out now.
Yeah.
Featuring Ty Dolla $ign. She said, who pussy is this? I said $sign. She said, who pussy is this? You know that song?
No, I haven't heard the album yet.
It's an XXL freshman cypher thing with Ty Dolla $ign where he's like, I like to get my dick sucked while I'm getting high. I like to get my dick sucked while I'm getting high. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about now.
It's like the most violently light-skinned thing you'll ever see in your life. She said, who pussy is this? I said, $sign. It's very fucking funny. But yeah, shout out to Poom Poom Killer, Ty Dolla $ign. Ty Dolla $ign is so dope, dude. Ty Dolla $ign. Who else is good with the harmonies at the moment? Who else you been listening to?
Honestly, dude, I don't even know. I've been trying to listen to older music, honestly. Like, what I try to do is I heard Tyler, the Creator, say once, like, he tries to listen to different music all the time. So I try to do that if I can. I've been listening to classic country. There's some good shit.
Nice.
Like, what I do is I try to, like, I'll go to one of those playlists that has, like, the classic country hits, and then I'll just go to the album of the hit song, and I'll listen to the whole album surrounding it. And that's a good
Patsy
way to find
Cline
stuff.
and shit.
Yeah, I should look at, like, some of the, because I have it all in, like, liked stuff. I think Loretta Lynn I might have been listening to.
Nice.
I just tried listening to some Smashing Pumpkins. I'm, like, only a couple songs into that, but that's some good shit. I'm trying to branch out.
He owns NWA.
Loretta Lynn, yes.
You saw that, right? NWA, the oldest wrestling promotion in the world. Fucking Billy Corgan owns it now.
Oh,
They, like,
really?
do screenings of it and shit, yeah.
That's crazy.
They actually had some of the wrestlers from that at Riot Fest.
Wow.
Yeah, Loretta Lynn, what the fuck was what was the movie she was in? The something daughter?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even know she was an actress.
Yeah. There's this one thing she did like the soundtrack for. Loretta Lynn, something, Farmer's Daughter or some shit. Loretta Lynn.
Listen to Marty Robbins. Listen to some Marty Robbins. That shit's fire.
Nice.
That's like that song. What the fuck is it? The one about the guy with the gun. It should pop up right here. Go to album. Big Iron. With the big iron on his hip. I listened to Dr. Dre's The Chronic recently.
Yeah.
Great
Classic,
fucking album.
classic.
Obviously. I listened to Joyner Lucas. It was all right. I can understand what it was. I don't know if I liked it as much as I would have like 5 or 10 years ago. That's how I felt when I was listening to it. I'm like, I like this, but I don't know if I like it as much as I thought I was going to like it.
A bit too much on the spiritual miracle. I'm a lyrical miracle, individual, spiritual, miracle.
But like the problem is like, I like that if you can do it right, but I didn't think it was like, yeah, I felt like it was too much of just that. Like enough of too much of the continue. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say I can respect the fact that he actually be rapping.
Yeah, yes, because he is actually.
A lot of guys, him and guys like him, actually like are doing the rapping.
I remember for a minute he was doing those ciphers where he would just rap 6 minutes nonstop, which is impressive.
Sometimes there's like just a balance with it. I don't know whether or not something comes off as corny. I mean, it's just people are gonna call you corny no matter what. So it's like persevere. But yeah, there's a balance, man. Like even Kendrick and even like some of the best people. Look at there's a level of not taking yourself too seriously. That's one of the most earnest qualities you could have.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Because even on Kendrick's winning a Pulitzer Prize and shit, he's like, this dick ain't free. He's fucking winning a Pulitzer Prize while he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a level of not taking yourself too seriously that you gotta have when you do this shit. I mean, of course, Eminem has that, but that's one of the downfalls is one of the whole things of, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, like being the best at your medium's got to be challenging because like not everyone wants to listen to an 18-minute guitar solo.
Yeah,
we could all commend like, hey, this guy's probably one of the best players in the world, but not everyone's always gonna want to hear like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
But like in that being humble, even though like being humble and not, I think like it's at a certain point it becomes like it's not even about having the 17-minute amazing technical solo. It's just about serving whatever that moment is, like being the best you could thing you could possibly be for that moment.
Stylistic choices. I think if Eminem were to have a fucking album produced by Alchemist, it'd probably be amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
I know Maclib's gonna be amazing whenever that actually comes out.
Yeah.
You know
Which is with
Madlib and Mac Miller.
Yeah, you mentioned that before.
Put
Really?
put
Mac Miller?
Yeah, a couple of those are online.
Oh.
Yeah, man. It's a matter of all this stuff. Things are in a good place. You know, we are talking before, like hip-hop, adult hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? We live in a time where Griselda and Makami and all these other things can exist. And, you know, it doesn't always have to be the same few things.
Yeah, even in hip-hop, you see so much creativity.
Yeah, man. It's all over the place, man. Even when, like, the little things of, like, yeah, the oversaturation of so-and-so and so-and-so and, you know... I don't know.
There is like there's something good about that competition, even though, even that, just that there's enough room for competition. There are people for you to compete with, even whether you like them or not. Like if you don't like it, be better than it and compete with it.
Exactly, that's the main thing. Like, oh, you got an opinion. I'm pretty sure you think that when you're rapping, right? Whenever somebody seems like they got an opinion about your shit, it's like, can you do better? All right, then shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you always kind of need that level of that going. So we live in on the local level. Yeah, we got. I've been popping out. I mean, we've collabed today, but yeah, I've been glad I've been able to collab more with more homies and shit like that. There's some killers out here.
Yeah, man, and I want to make it to one of these fucking... For one, like, if I can, in any way, if you have a connect, I would love to be involved in this.
Dude,
What is it? Beats and... What is it? Fuck is it called? The wrestling
Beats
one?
and Brawls is the one that Wrestle League in Lincoln Hall.
Yeah.
And also...
Because I can bring some energy to that. I already know. Like, the energy's probably high in that room.
Dude, that, and then also, I want to be booking some more independent shows this year, too, and just have a little jambalaya of all of it. Have some comedy, have some wrestling, have some indie movies.
Yeah, man. Movies, music, comedy, wrestling.
Ain't no limit to this shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, put on every event I do or one of the homies do, we put on the best shits in the city. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing's more frustrating when you're at other people's events and they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You get some guy who's like a rapper or calls himself a host, doesn't know crowd control, fucking standing there. Oh, this guy's about to rap. This girl's about to sing. Oh, the Bluetooth fucked up. All right, everyone's standing around like a dickhead. Like, fucking snap your fingers. Do the song. Play the song. Make the people laugh. Like, nothing's stopping you. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's stopping you but you. So.
But there are people out that are doing it that just aren't the ones that should be. And the only thing you can do, again, is just go out and be the one that should do it. You know?
And untalented people can get very far with a good,
and that just goes
ethic and being nice.
The positive way of looking at that is like if untalented people can get so far with ethic and being nice, just imagine what talent could do. Yeah. Like if you have talent and then you apply those things, it's just only up from there.
The problem is we all got ADD, man. Like severe. I know I'm fucking cooked with the ADD, but like creative motherfuckers are just so scatterbrained. But yeah, really, I believe anybody can do anything if they show up enough.
Absolutely.
You know I mean,
ultimately, that's what it all boils down to is like showing up. And then like one thing I like about comics so much is that the mentality is baked into almost all of that community. Is like you have to show up and you have to get reps in as much as you can, man. And that's the only way you're gonna get better. And like that's just a great way to think about everything, because the only way you will get better is by showing up, no matter what the fuck you're doing. You have to like apply yourself somehow and put yourself in positions where you're like it's out of your comfort zone. Like you have to put yourself out of there. Like if you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I want to go do that. That might be the exact reason that you should go do it.
Shock your senses a little bit.
Yeah.
Try some different ice cream. Eat a booty every now and then.
Well, like with producing shows, like there's a part of me that says like, oh, I don't know, because what if that doesn't go well? But that's the exact reason I should do something like that. Because I know it probably would. Deep down, I know I probably could do it.
And the L becomes a W if you learn something from it. You know what I'm saying? So even when something doesn't, it's like, all right, now I know not to do this, then the third next time. You know what I mean?
Yep. But yeah, man, I'd love to fucking put some shows together. Like, and to have somebody who is trying to do the same shit with me would be great, because you're in the same kind of exact market and circle in the sense that you're a rapper, you're a comedian.
Yeah,
I'm a rapper. I'm not a comedian, but like it's pretty much all. I'd be putting together. If I were to produce a show, my idea already was like probably something comedy based anyway. So it's blending comedy and rap that's kind of the tricky thing. Like I don't know what because I've heard different theories on that. Like, I don't know if you separate them. I don't know if it goes well to have the comedy and the rap together. Like, maybe it's like the movie, like you described, where it's like how comedy, like the movie after the comedy was a good move. Maybe it's like that with music. Maybe you do all the comedy first, and then you have the music on after. I feel like that would be the better move.
Just you know what I'm saying, beat people over the head.
Yeah.
Beat their senses in. The audience is there to be thrilled, chilled, amused, abused, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
And we will abuse them.
Exactly. So we're holding someone there and, you know what I'm saying, forcing some screenplays down their throat or yelling in their face or doing some calm responses, wackadoo, whatever it is. You know, it's going to be interactive. It's going to be a good time.
Hell yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? We're planning out a couple more of them shits. Yeah, man, I don't know. Just trying to keep the chi high for the rest of the year. We got to plan out what we're going to do for the visual, for the song, for sure.
It's called Confessionals, folks.
Confessionals.
And I want to drop that song probably ASAP. So let's just say, like, probably by the time this is out, it'll be right around that song release.
What they know about that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got some confession. Maybe we'll go in a booth. Maybe we'll go in a booth in a confessional in a Catholic church.
Yeah.
You know
Maybe
what
we
I'm
could
saying?
like walk around downtown dressed up like
priests.
popes, like priests. Yeah.
Like just with the collar and shit. Yeah. Just ask if people want to confess shit to us. We should do that with a mic.
That's a good idea.
Like walk up and just like do pop-up confessionals.
Yeah. Like if
do
we
it.
could just have some type of thing, like if there's a way to have a booth, that would be incredible, but I don't know.
Or you
how
just
you'd
film
pull
that
off.
around doing a performance video.
Yeah.
And the neck collars would be easy to get. There's actually a little Bible store off of Michigan, I think near Randolph over there, where they have like different stuff like that. I know they have like the weird Pope clothes or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's one near me that has stuff like that. We could get something like that, or maybe get the Pope outfits with the big little. You know, I'm not
I
one
like
for
this.
sacrilege, but they do touch kids.
Hey man, that sacrilege is how you get views. All right, it's 2025.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I'll do what I gotta do, baby.
Was that Yiddish?
It might have been. It might have been. I don't know Yiddish, but if I have some accidental Yiddish, then you can't blame me. All right. Skibbity doo bop 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 boo. Was that Yiddish? It might have been. I don't know.
Low tape or fade.
Yeah, low tape or fade. This is the moment in the show where I know that we're wrapping up. So this is your moment where you get to say your social medias. They get to know who you were because they've spent so much time with you, and they don't even know if they know who you are. They're disoriented. They're listening to this while they do the dishes, well, whatever they're doing. If you're listening to this right now, you're just as crazy as I am. That's what I like to say at the end of like a 4-hour podcast. That's what I like to say.
How long have we been?
We're at 3 hours and 22 minutes.
Oh,
This is a good
wow.
one. Yeah,
Damn.
nice length, a nice chunky one. You know.
Damn, whoever listened to this whole thing, man, you got some issues going on with you, but God bless you.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Thank you for indulging. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe this is in the future. You're listening to this after, you know, we made some money doing what we do, and then now you're digging back here to find the one thing to fuck the money up. And in that case, fuck you. And in that case, that bitch that was talking about my shoe, fuck you too. You know, there's some ops out here, but we love you at the same time and we pray for you. And, you know, in Jesus' name. My name's Tim Perez. You know, we out here. We making music. We having fun. We making movies. We living life. We chilling with the animals. Chicago, Illinois, 2025. Holler at your grandmother. If you got a grandparent, if you got an old person, hug them. Tell them you love them. Reach out to your neighbor. Shaboing boing. Keep making music. Keep the vibrations high. Skeet beep beep beep. Kino Crew Productions. Wrestling, body slam somebody every now and then. You know what I'm saying? The next time somebody tests you, you know what I'm saying? Give them the old, you know what I'm saying, RKO out of nowhere. I don't even know. Tim Perez for Prez on everything. I'll be making music. God bless you. Appreciate you, brother.
God bless, sir. Excellent outro. For real. Well done.
Oh, hey man, I went to journalism school. That's a lie. Community college.
Well, you could have fooled me. With that being said, folks, Ruse Radio clocking out.